In theory, maybe. It's thinking about it.
I'm still thinking. Oh, wait, I think we're getting preview live. It's been live for 5 seconds, I think. 7, 6.
Why is it still a black screen? Come on.
And us is waiting.
It says I'm streaming. What the crap? Hello? Whoa.
No human malware special.
Are we live? Hold on.
Is that the beer package? The beer bundle?
Are we live?
Oh, we should be. I can go.
Yeah, we're live.
We're
Okay.
live.
Okay.
We are.
That's weird.
That was
that just took a long time.
Yeah.
All right. We're live.
Good. We are live.
And my producer's dropping off a box.
Hooray! Look at this. This is
excellent timing.
This is glorious.
Welcome to Talking Heads, everybody. Episode 125, Side A of the
That's
tape.
right. Yep.
Your once weekly live show, and today twice daily live show.
Now. Does that mean John's the B-side?
John's B-side.
John's B-side. I'm the A-side.
Your once weekly live show for the latest in beer and tech news. I'm Jeff.
I'm Steve.
Welcome to the show, everybody. This one is going to be a little bit different. We wanted to start a little bit early today. It's 5 p.m. here on the West Coast. And quite honestly, I think even though this has only been like really big national news for about a week, I think we're all already just a little bit burned out.
Oh yeah, already. I can't even open up a feed to any social media without being inundated by it. It's just...
Right. The dominoes kind of started to fall sometime around last Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or so, as far as like, closures and things like that. And honestly, I was going through the news on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, looking for anything tech or beer related, and everything was either this conference has been delayed, this product's been pushed back, and this bar is closing.
Yeah.
That's all that the news was.
Yeah.
Intel has a couple more leaked CPUs that are like 3% faster than last gen, or maybe 1% faster. AMD introduced officially their mobile chips, but I already saw them work. I already had my hands on one. So there's just not a lot of news. And so today's two shows are going to be literally just us hanging out.
Yeah, just doing whatever.
We're going to open some beers. We're going to open it up to comments, questions, whatever you guys want to talk about. But we will not be talking about anything human malware related at all. Unless the topic, leads itself that way. If you guys have a specific question...
what we should do? We should have a counter to how many times we touch our face.
Right.
And then just...
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
I was sitting in a board meeting the other day with a bunch of our company execs, and I was sitting there and I was doing I think I retweeted it on Twitter a week ago or so. Me not trying to touch my face, and it was it was a girl sitting there going,
yeah, it's just that's the same thing too.
Yeah, and I was doing that, and I had I usually have a hand right here over my mouth or something like that, and I kept going, God, stop!
I know, I do that too.
And I look across the room, and there's 3 people doing the exact same thing across from me. I'm like, okay, I don't feel that bad.
Yeah. Well, I do this all day. I'm doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, me, it's something with my beard or, my mustache, trimming that down a little bit. Anyway, we have some beer mail courtesy of actually my producer, my wonderful, lovely producer, who also mothered my children.
A literal producer.
Yeah.
Of humans.
Yes. So, do you remember which company this was from?
I think it's the newsletter in there says.
Okay. Yeah, there should be some paperwork in here. This is a beer by mail service where basically you tell them kind of what type of beer you like to drink, and they will send you...
Hi, Dougie.
Nope, they didn't even ask.
Oh, they didn't even ask that?
Nope.
This is just a sampler pack.
Beer supply.
All right.
So not Trevor, which we're all familiar with.
Yeah, so we got microbrew news.
Very
no, I don't have to go.
Yeah. .com or something.
Yeah. Craftbeerclub.com.
No, there we go.
Is what it is. So hopefully this is something good. So I have not looked in the box, but my wife actually put all these in the fridge for me, and we've got 12 beers in there. Oh darn! So first one up, Hardywood Single Belgian Style Blonde Ale.
Oh, Belgians are always good.
6.2. I've been on a Belgian kick lately. I think the last 2 videos I've had a Belgian. We've got Packerland Pilsner. I'm kind of offended because I'm a Detroit fan.
Oh yeah, Packers. Yeah.
I Suck it, Aaron Rodgers. 4.6%. So just a nice light.
Does it look like there's 3 of each kind? Is that what
Yeah, it looks like 3 of each.
yeah, okay.
So just your standard 12-pack. Hardywood VIPA Virgin Dia Pale Ale. 5.2%, 30 IBU.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. And we've got
India.
Citra.
Oh, that sounds good.
Hinterland Citra Pale Ale. American Pale Ale with orange peel. So
Sounds good.
awesome.
Oh, that comes with a bottle opener too. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
A very nice,
Sweet.
big old hearty, thick one.
I like that.
Look at that.
That is sweet. Originalcraftbeerclub.com. I might hit them up about getting these engraved. Those are nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
That doubles as a weapon there.
Yeah, totally. Do you want to have one of these?
Yeah, we can do. I mean, they're already cold.
Belgian?
They're already out.
Belgian?
Yeah, let's do the Belgian. That sounds
There you go, sir.
phenomenal. Indeed.
Rest of them in here.
Did you want a cozy?
I could take a cozy. Sure.
I'll use the Slurm cozy.
Hi, Kikis. Hello, little bit.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Oh, are you being a doctor?
I got
You a doctor?
Uncle.
You're a doctor?
Oh,
Oh, heartbeat. Check my heartbeat.
that's hot.
Yeah. Does it sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Everyone say hi a little bit.
Hi.
Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
All right. We forgot to lock the door on the way out.
We sure did. It's okay.
There we go. So you've all seen my oldest. That's my youngest. We call her Lil Bit. All right. Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Dude, that is a bottle opener.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that is sweet.
I like that you can just hold on to it.
Yeah, I've been using the barman
Yeah, that's not too bad.
lever for a while, but this is nice.
I like it because it fits nice and easily in the palm of your hand, just like that.
Hardywood is one of the best Richmond breweries. Excellent.
Okay.
Jeff is the best dad ever. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Alan. So cute. Hey, I just got here. That third co-host is awesome. Becky says, hi, little bit. Thank you guys so much. John, sorry, these don't have a calorie rating on them.
Yeah, you can't have any.
But my guess is it's
Too much.
little bit beyond your 100 cal.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna be way past that.
ooh, that's nice.
It's really good. It's not an overly Belgian-y.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely like a light blonde, but it still has those Belgian esters at the end.
Yeah.
Very, very nice drinking.
A weird malt. It's a very weird malt.
Not quite biscuity,
Yeah.
and it could be just the type of yeast that they use too.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of gives it that flavor.
Yeah, it's a little bit tingly, almost kind of like a champagne-inspired Belgian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because very bubbly,
Yeah,
very well carbonated.
that's interesting. I like it. I really like it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay. Let's see. You all know the drill. What are you drinking here early on in the show? We'll give some early show shout-outs, and we'll probably do them throughout the show. But this show is all about you guys and pretty much just having a good time. Like I said, I read through the news. I didn't even put news in the list. So the list is whatever we want to talk about
Yeah,
today.
that's right. And I've been trying to see what people are drinking, and Revenaro's drinking Pepto and water because he's still at work.
Yep, there you go. Let's see.
Moose.
Yeah, Hardywood is a must-see if you're in the area. Howdy, boys, from Nice Bryce. Howdy.
Howdy.
New Glarus Belgian Red from Brian. Excellent, excellent. Hop says they better all suck. Novella Hubs drinking
Shakopee?
Shakopee. Sorry,
Shakopee?
my brain was not processing those letters in that order. Shakopee Brew Hall, Highway 101 Northwest IPA.
Yeah.
Hey, that's from our neck of the woods.
Yes, that's right.
Or at least inspired from
inspired,
our neck of the
yeah,
woods.
could be.
Skull Evil Twin Brewing. There we go. How cool is this? Oh, geez. How cool is this? In the Catskills, we can get that true upstate experience. Double IPA.
That's a real mouthful.
That's the
of a
name. Yeah.
I thought he was just chatting. I didn't know. What
Yeah.
What is he trying to say? Oh no, that's what he's drinking.
Right. Yeah, I thought he was just trying to say something. It's like, oh no, that's the name. All right. Squeesh finally finished her math, now on to writing, and then finished reading. Sigh. Becky Pooh's trying to get her daughter to do her homework.
Oh, yeah.
Pipine having a Franz encounter. Wheat beer, German beer, because I'm there and it's 1 a.m. Excellent. Thank you from Germany.
Frankensteiner.
I did. I was going Frankensteiner.
I thought that was what it was too, so I don't blame you. Shellback.
Francis Canner.
Francis Canner.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Drinking a Pelican, our Darkest Hour experimental IPA.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one out
from
there,
Manic.
actually. Yeah, I've seen that one
Hello
out there.
up in Portland, old Manic Geek, friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Also has a channel of his own, so go check him out. Richard, Teeling Small Batch. Ooh.
There's a Medusa from Anchorage. Anchorage makes some good beers. I bet you that's a hazy.
Yep.
I'm going to guess.
I do have one Anchorage over in my fridge, too. So...
The New Glarus Spotted Cow. Pacific Northwest. I do. I got one. Yeah, we got one of those.
Yeah.
I got to try it. It was really good.
Yeah.
It's a farmhouse style. Mm-hmm. Very light, but very tasty.
Yeah, see, I did not like it at all.
Oh, you didn't?
And I tried it in Wisconsin on draft.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't like it.
Are you like a fan of Saisons? And
I'm not a fan of farmhouses.
Okay, then
and
then
that's
that
probably
makes
my
sense.
biggest...
That makes sense. Yeah.
But it was too sweet and too skunky all at the same time. It was just like, nope.
That's like my wife's favorite style.
Nope.
Saisons are like her absolute favorite, so she loved it.
By the way, I'm drinking my 6th beer. Greetings from Switzerland. Hello, Dunkel.
Nice.
Nice price, unsweetened black tea.
Okay.
Had a little of that earlier myself.
Yeah. I'm not being a Star Trek fan or anything like that, but I do actually like Earl Grey.
Yes. I do too. Yeah.
Not because of Picard or anything like that. I
started drinking it because of Picard, but I'm like, that's actually pretty good.
I can't remember if it was because of that I started drinking it or not. It's been so long.
Yeah.
Because Next Generation was a long time ago, but I liked it because I liked it.
Average Retro Gamer, hi from my channel here in virus-stricken UK. Hello from virus-stricken Oregon.
Yeah, that's right.
Luckily, there's not a lot of human malware around us in this area, but actually in Salem and in the greater Salem area where I'm at, we're under actually the strictest regulations under the state right now.
Yeah.
All of our bars and restaurants are obviously takeout only. Mm-hmm. They're limiting shopping in grocery stores to 10 people right now in Salem. And they're limiting public gatherings to 2.
Yeah, I don't know how that is going to work.
You can go for a walk with one other person in the park.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Ginger cordial and soda for a ginger beer.
Oh,
Rom.
nice.
Excellent.
Ginger.
Wait, you're drinking Futurama Slurm?
Yeah, of course.
It's the original party worm, Slurms McKenzie. Women wham wham wazzle.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So like I said, today's going to be a weird show.
Yeah.
We didn't want to bring the mood down. We didn't want to just kind of slug through the news because that's kind of what this week would have been. I want to just focus on whatever you guys want to talk about. If there's something on your mind, if there's a tech question that you have, if there's a beer question that you have, if there's a personal question that you have, let it fly. Ask us anything. Floor is open.
Oh yeah,
floor is open.
We may do some games later too.
Yeah,
this we got 2 hours to blow, so whatever we want to do.
Yep. And for those of you who are here for our earlier than usual show here at 5 p.m. Pacific time, we'll actually be doing another show at 8 p.m. Pacific time with Hops and Brews.
Yep.
So Steve's going to bounce on out of here, and John's going to take his place.
Yeah.
So we went from 8 to 16 human malware cases in Saskatchewan, Canada here today. Oregon nearly doubled their cases yesterday.
Yeah.
Just yesterday. And we had our 2nd and 3rd deaths, I believe. So it's, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
It's gonna drift back. We just gotta pull ourselves out of it.
Anything you want to talk about?
Man, on the way over here, I was like completely open to whatever was gonna happen. I really don't have anything big. I mean, it's kind of advantageous that everybody's staying home, and a new Doom game's coming out.
Yes,
we have Half-Life.
I was gonna ask you if you have it preloaded yet.
I do not have it preloaded yet. I haven't even bought it yet. I probably will though.
I spent $170 yesterday on new games and benchmark titles. Obviously, I'm going to have to benchmark the new Doom. I've been holding out for Borderlands 3, and they put it 50% off on Steam, so I picked that up. I bought Half-Life Alyx because I'm doing a virtual reality series here in the next couple of weeks.
I'm actually looking forward to trying that.
Yeah.
That's like my most anticipated. So I love
Yes.
Half-Life, Half-Life 2.
Half-Life
Mesa
Alyx
was excellent.
Half-Life Alyx is my most anticipated game of the year because I'm a VR junkie. I can't get enough of it.
Well, not only that, it's a Half-Life VR. It's going to be great.
I will still say the best single experience I have ever had inside of VR was playing Half-Life 2 with an Oculus DK2 and a Razer Hydra.
Oh, yeah.
Like going back like 6 years almost,
Yeah.
and playing with like one controller strapped to my chest to get positional tracking data, and another controller out in front of me, where my ammo count was here and my health was a wristwatch.
Oh yeah, that's
and,
awesome.
And you can shoot behind your head and you can do all this other crap. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. Novella Hub, what video was rendering today? That is my Fractal Design Era ITX build. I built a virtual reality gaming machine for your living room in the Fractal Design Era case that was released today.
Hence the VR series you got.
Hence the VR series that I got coming up. Yeah, this has been in the planning stages for a couple of months. It is a really good video. It goes through a full parts list for a VR build. This video is more of a case review. Next week I'm going to get into actual performance testing, and we'll probably do that on. I think I'm actually going to use my Samsung mixed reality headset because it has the same resolution as the newer, as like the Vive Cosmos and the Rift S headsets.
Yes.
So I'll probably use that for performance data. But then I'm going to go and play Half-Life Alyx with the 3 headsets that I have, which is the original HTC Vive, the Pimax 5K, and then I've also got the Samsung Odyssey, which is a high-resolution OLED Windows Mixed Reality headset, and kind of walk through the pros and cons of each system. And is Half-Life the next evolution of gaming? Is kind of what I want to focus on.
Well, you'll probably get some throwback because you're not doing it on the Index, which is supposed to be the flagship that gets released with Alyx, but
it's supposed to be, but I don't have a grand, and HTC didn't,
I know.
and Valve didn't call me back.
They were sold out.
Yeah.
They were sold out like almost immediately.
Yep.
So
anyway, I actually came home today. I was finishing up the edit at 1 o'clock. I got the edit done at 2:30, and I was actually hoping to upload before we had to go live. Premiere crashed on me 4 separate times.
Oh, fun.
And one time it just soft crashed, where the program and window weren't actually frozen. Like they were still, you could still like drag the window around, but it was stuck at 77% and hadn't advanced for like 20 minutes.
It wasn't like the old Windows 95 where it repaints the screen. It just like drags.
Yeah, no, it didn't do that.
Oh, dang it! I missed that.
Good idea, bad idea, or worse idea. Geothermal PC cooling. I've seen people do this. I actually, there was a Maximum PC magazine where they wrote an article about a guy who ran copper tubing in the foundation of the house he was building, specifically for doing geothermal PC cooling. It was a really fun article from like 2002.
How much copper tubing did he use?
He literally wound it through his foundation. Yeah. Just for his PC.
So the amount of pump that he had to have on that thing was pretty beefy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, did he just like get an industrial pump?
Yeah, the head pressure on that thing must have been enormous. But I would say long term probably a bad idea because if you ever get growth, there ain't no flushing that. There's no killing it. There's no.
Imagine calling a plumber just to flush out your CPU cooler.
If you ever had to take apart a water loop and do maintenance on it and clean it after there's been a little bit of growth or a little bit of corrosion or anything like that, you know what a tedious, mind-numbing process that is. Imagine if that happens to copper tubing that's embedded in your foundation.
Yeah. That's one of the main reasons why I haven't really gone to water cooling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just don't want to deal with that type of maintenance.
Oh, let's see. What's your opinion of AMD using NVIDIA ray tracing tech in the Xbox Series X, but no ray tracing cores? Honestly, I'm assuming they're using DirectX 12 ray tracing or DXR.
I think that's what they are doing.
Yeah.
But I've also heard that Vulkan now has
ray tracing built in, and DirectX 12 already had ray tracing support through DXR, and then RTX is NVIDIA's implementation of those systems. I think it's just fine. There's been some rumors circulating that the Ampere cores or Ampere, whatever Ampere.
I think I've always heard it pronounced Ampere.
Yeah, Ampere. That's what I always say, and everyone always tries to correct me, and it drives me nuts. I don't think the Ampere core was ready, and so they came out with Turing and they put tensor cores on it, and they said, well, what can we do that improves speed on this thing? well, we could do like really simple ray tracing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And so they included dedicated hardware to do ray tracing, but it really didn't do ray tracing. It's not true.
The ray tracing isn't proprietary through the hardware. It's
Right.
the software.
It's their algorithm for doing the ray tracing that's proprietary to NVIDIA's hardware. But if you come up with your own algorithm, you can slap, a couple extra
Right,
dedicated
yeah,
cores, or just use, OpenGL or CUDA to do it.
Oh yeah, I mean, even before RTX came out,
Mm-hmm.
there were rumors for years about people developing a ray tracing engine, pretty much like this. And maybe some of that tech bled into this eventually, but the bottleneck has always been that the hardware was not good enough.
Yeah, exactly. Interested in GPU temps on that one? I saw the Fractal case is a hot one. It is kind of. It ran my 3700X a little bit warmer than a standard ATX chassis would, but it's a small form factor case. It has a single 80 millimeter inlet fan. I'm not going to name any names. You'll probably know who I'm talking about. There's a couple of channels who do phenomenally accurate temperature testing reviews in cases. Steve and Steve. There's two Steves. And they do a great job. I love their methodology, but I also disagree with their methodology somewhat. The reason being is not every case and not every build and not every system and not every component can be judged on an even plane.
Right.
There's certain cases that are good for some use cases and not others. Like there's a reason there's 80 different cases from a single company is because they serve 80 different markets.
If you have that case sitting on your desktop as opposed to under your desk or enclosed in something.
In fact, let me grab it.
Yeah, go ahead, grab it.
I have it right here.
Well, we're going to get a sneak preview.
Sneak
peek of the
nice
case.
video.
Although I think there's some people who've done a few. No, not that one. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
Yeah. This was just launched today. So here's my Era.
That's a nice looking case.
I like it.
Yeah,
I really do like
paneling
it.
on the side.
Yeah, I do. So if you haven't seen the Era yet, here's the Era. Right.
I do like this wood paneling.
Yeah.
But it does kind of like
Little white oak on the top.
I like that. It's a little family truckster though.
All magnetic. Yeah. It's kind of like a deco modern design. I like it.
I like it too. I like it too.
So it's got the click lock design, so it's all toolless, and you can see there's not a lot of vent in here. Your GPU does pull cold air directly in from the bottom, and it is a filtered intake. I moved this 80 mil fan in the back around, so it's now blowing air into the case, and then this is exhausting it out the top. Plus, the power supply is pulling the air all the way in, and then it's blowing out the top as well. So I actually have it configured in a way that is useful as far as the airflow goes. If you left this as an exhaust, I think you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And that's actually how it comes from Fractal. Is this is an exhaust, and it's relying
just flip
basically
it around.
And it's relying basically on the GPU to pull air in, and then
Which, when it's on the ground like that, you're not going to
get a lot. Right, exactly. But if you look at this case, there's a couple of things to think about it. Number one, there's not a lot of vents on here, so it's not going to have very good thermals. So don't pump 1,000 watts through it.
Right.
You're not going to get good overclock numbers. You're not going to hit 5.2 gigahertz on a 9900K and go, oh look, it's hitting 105C. This case sucks. That's not the case. That's not how I test things. I test things with a use case of this is a case that's kind of built for silence.
Yeah.
Open chassis and mesh fronts are loud. They're louder than solid panels. This design on the top where it vents just out these little vents right here, those are designed for silence. Yeah. If I want airflow, I take the dang thing off. Right. And look, now I have more airflow. For a living room PC that I don't want to listen to, ever, it's a good case. Is it the coolest case in the world? No, of course it's not. It's not designed to be.
I still think the aesthetics are pretty good.
Right, and I like the aesthetics, and it's going to fit perfectly in my living room.
There you go.
You know, and so I like this case. I did mention the thermals are not very good. The thermals are sub-average for what this is. My 3700X, which is in here, so 8-core, 16-thread Ryzen chip, hit 66 at stock frequencies, and I think 73 or 74 overclocked to 4.3. So I still got an overclock.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
It's probably 5 or 6 or 7 degrees warmer than you can get on an ATX bench.
Not too bad.
But it's not hot.
Were you going to plan on gaming on that through there, or just a home theater PC? Or
this is going to be my VR rig.
Oh, okay. So
This
is your VR stuff. Okay,
exactly.
so yeah, you might get some heating issues, maybe.
Yeah, and then someone says 240 millimeter fans don't fit with the GPU on the bottom. Yeah, I know. but the GPU is still pulling cold air in from the bottom. And I mentioned there's compromises in this case. And I do wish that the case was 1.5 inches taller so you could put a couple of fans in to help circulate that air from the bottom. That's really my only complaint there. And someone says you can swap out the wood grain panel for a mesh one that will noticeably increase airflow and temp. I actually saw almost no difference switching that out.
Oh, you did? So
I took the vent off and it was less than half a degree in my testing. So yeah, I understand sometimes you have to judge everything on an equal plane, but sometimes you need to take the context of what you're reviewing and review it in that context. This is not a high performance chassis. This is not a system for a high-end overclocker or an overclocking enthusiast. This is a home theater PC. This is a small form factor home theater PC.
Something to tuck away next to your TV that looks nice.
Yes.
And is not like
right
overbearing or anything like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And so, like I said, I don't disagree with their methodology, but I do disagree with their methodology in some ways. They do provide accurate data, but they provide accurate data, I believe, in the wrong context sometimes. Yeah. And that's why you watch multiple reviewers, because the Steves are going to say this case sucks and it's full of hot air. And I go, I like the look. And if you like the look and if you like it quiet and if you build a reasonable PC, it's a good PC. It's built sturdy, you know? So that's why you watch multiple reviews, is to get multiple viewpoints. If we all reviewed things the same way, you'd get the same answer every time. And who wants that? We don't have to agree with each other.
Of course not.
And we frequently don't. So.
Well, that's why you watch multiple channels.
Right.
Yeah.
Except on the GTX 1650. Apparently I didn't get the memo that I was supposed to hate that card.
Regardless.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And yeah, it is a fractal design case. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Gamers Nexus Steve boys are going to be out for blood. Probably. I'm actually good friends with Hardware and Box Steve. He and I talk on Twitter all the time. I've actually stood next to Steve Burke a number of times from Gamers Nexus, but I've never had the opportunity to like say hello and properly introduce myself. I know he knows who I am, and he knows I know who he is. And we've stood literally this close to each other like 3 or 4 times.
Never said anything.
And he's either working with his rep or I'm working with my rep, and it's never like, "Hey, Steve, I'm Jeff. Nice to meet you." We've never had that opportunity. Yeah. So one of these days. Check out that InWin case that Jeff featured in his CES coverage. Not sure if it's out yet. That's the C200, and I don't believe it is out yet.
I don't think it is.
Yeah. I think that was a late March, early April release, but I haven't heard from my InWin rep if that's for sure yet. I thought they were saying end of Q1. It might have been into Q2. I'll have to go back and watch the video because I honestly don't remember. Literally just had someone ring the doorbell over and over until I came to the door to ask me where the tax place is. The tax place is next door. Their door is a foot away from my door.
They couldn't look over one bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tom, drinking a 7-Up.
Nice.
Cheers, buddy.
7-Up's not bad. I was going to say, what is it? The redneck cures 7-Up and chicken soup and saltine crackers?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Let's see. What other questions do we have? What else do we want to talk about today?
We talked about
that got us through 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Burned up a lot.
The VR would require a quite powerful GPU. Based on the temps you get, you'd end up throttling. No, you just wouldn't end up boosting to 2040 megahertz. You'd probably end up boosting to like 1920, 1950. You're still going to be fine.
Yeah. Well, you're going to find it in the...
Stock clock is 1700. Like,
yeah, it's still good.
Throttling means you're below that.
Now, what video card did you have in there?
2070 Super.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No problem.
And it's a 180 watt TDP card. Yeah. It's not, again, it's not pumping 300, or this whole system at full tilt is going to draw less than 300 watts from the wall.
Oh, yeah, then that's good.
It has a 95 watt CPU in it. Even when it's overclocked, it's probably pulling 105. It's not an aggressive overclock. It's got a 2070 Super, which I might pull the power slider up on that a little bit. We might be at 315, maybe
something
at
like
that.
Yeah.
This is not a
big power hungry.
Right. Yeah. I'm not pumping 600 watts through this thing. Yeah. Hey, East Coast time. Tom,
all right.
How's it going? 1650 Super was a good card. I think the 1650 Super was still a decent card. And the only reason... and I said this in my 1650 revisit, the only reason we think the 1650 was a terrible card at launch was because the RX 570, which we thought was a terrible card at launch, all of a sudden cost us $100 instead of the $190 it launched at. And now that the 570 was $100, people went, "This is the greatest value ever."
Yeah.
And Nvidia isn't even trying; they're just trying to steal money from you. And they You're comparing a brand new card versus a 3-year-old card, which just had a $90 price drop.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of hard.
Right. Yeah. So that's why being in the review business, you have to have thick skin. You really do. Because no matter what you say, you're wrong.
Somebody's gonna say you're wrong.
I have people on my last video, on my Opteron 6386 SE video, tell me I was full of crap and that it performs just fine. Right?
What are you gonna do?
Nevertheless, that I showed them that spending the same dollar amount on a 6-core Ryzen system obliterates that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Obliterates
Yeah,
it. It's
doesn't
not
matter.
even a fair fight.
Yeah.
Like fighting outside your weight class, not fair fight.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. What fans am I using in the case? Just the ones it came with. Just the ones it came with.
Fans.
Yep.
Stock fans. Yeah.
Yep.
How will E3 give all the info without E3, and will we still have a Games Week? I heard that they're going to still do the press conferences. They're just all going to be online.
They're going to be online only. A lot of these conferences that are being canceled are going to be available online for free. I know TED Talks was canceled recently, or at least very, very much postponed, possibly canceled. Yeah. They will probably, they said if they have to cancel it, they will provide all of the TED Talks online for free.
No, that's nice.
There was GDC is doing a lot of their stuff online for free this year as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are going to go to online only. And the tweet that just kind of rings true still is we're about to find out what emails or what meetings could have been emails.
Yes, I know. I heard that too.
And I've been thinking about that for a couple of weeks now. But it really is true. You know, as much as I like going to the trade shows, half of what we see there, the products are kind of half finished. They're kind of like
There's a lot of dog and pony shows going on. A lot of smoke and mirrors.
Right, and you went to what was honestly my worst show. There was not much there because last year, I'm talking about 2019, we had the Ryzen 2 launch.
Right,
we had
all big exciting stuff.
We had a whole bunch of fun stuff that was launched. We had the Radeon 7 that was launched. We had Nvidia coming out with the RTX 2060.
Right.
We had Intel making news with some of their 9 series stuff. It was genuinely a fun time, right. and there was a lot of blows coming from some big companies. Right. This year there was no big company launching anything spectacular.
Yeah,
and,
there was nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Had a dude bring me a 771 Xeon workstation and referred to it as my new computer.
Okay.
You know, you can max that thing out on processors for about $6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think the online will be better than normal E3? You've been to E3.
Yes, I've been to E3 a couple times.
Can you imagine it being better than real?
No, it won't be better than real. I mean, the press conferences, they're just press conferences, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to be the same. Like when I went to one of the press conferences, it was not that great. I mean, it was literally like I was watching it online. No big deal. The best part is when you get to go to the show floor. Yeah. When you get to have the private meetings. Yeah. That's where that's really great because you can ask your own questions. Yeah. Okay. But in this case, there's not going to be any one-on-one meetings, so all we're going to get are the press conferences. We may get I don't know what they're going to do for one-on-ones. I don't think they can. I mean, unless they do streaming online meetings or something like that. Maybe. Yeah. That's about it. I mean. Yeah. So it could be E3 might just be the first 3 days of the press conferences and that's it. Right. Because you can't have any. Yeah.
There's nothing else there. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of bad that comes with a lot of these trade shows. There's also a lot of good. There's also a lot of networking. And as I told Steve this year and Rhett last year, the primary purpose we're there is to shake hands, kiss babies, get out and meet people and find a company that maybe no one has reviewed a product of theirs before, or just find this weird thing, diamond in the rough on the show floor. I found a couple of those last year. That was a lot of fun. Oh yeah. This year, less so. I mean, there was still a couple cool things that we saw. I mean, you got to try the Pimax hand thing.
I mean, it was interesting. Didn't like it that much, but it was interesting.
Right.
Yeah, as someone mentioned, the most fun was seeing all the questionable and interesting things in the trade show area. Yeah, that was. I remember seeing that E3 as well. They have the two main floors where all the big companies are, but then there's like the third. I can't remember the name of it. It's like all yellow. At least it was all yellow when I went. But that's where all the interesting stuff is. That's where all the small indie developers were, the small hardware developers, people trying really weird, crazy stuff.
When we went to PAX West, that was the really fun thing for me was, I mean, we got to meet with the developers at Sega for Total War 3 Kingdoms. We got to meet with quite a few other developers as well. Honestly, what I enjoyed more than anything else was walking through the indie booths,
the indiecades,
and seeing Disco Elysian and Astroneer and Game Cats, and you know all those
all the neat things
little
that they're
developers.
Doing,
You know these literally we walked around and it was Astroneers, I think it was. Or no, it was Disco Elysian.
Well, we went to Astroneers twice.
Yeah.
And Disco Elysian, I got to sit down and play it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is going to be a great game.
Right.
I knew right away.
And it was.
Yeah.
But Disco Elysian, we walked over there, and there's like 4 people in the booth, and we asked, so how many people are working on this? They said 6. The other 2 were in the office. The 4 of us are here.
Yeah. I know.
That was it. Yeah. That's the whole company.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta support people like that. I mean,
right.
You want to. You hope they do good.
Right. So while Steve was playing it, I was sitting there talking to the guy who literally hand drew all of the art in that game.
Yeah.
That was his job.
And it was good art too.
It was
good art.
Really good.
Yeah.
So, and those are the things you just can't get from a remote press conference. You know, from watching Intel walk onto the stage and go, 5G is going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Until you get Intel behind a closed door and you go, okay, what's the realistic rollout of 5G? Where are you testing it? What implications do you think this will have? What industries do you think this will affect? You know, those are the questions that you get answered when you get behind the doors. And you just can't do that online.
Yeah.
From a consumer outlet, from you guys at home, it's pretty much the same thing. But for us in the media who are trying to get a little bit deeper into the story, the connection just isn't there.
Trying to get that sweet scoop.
Right.
We can't. Yeah.
Trying to get a 1650 laptop for 650 pounds. No pun intended. 1650 in a laptop would be a pretty decent chip, quite honestly. And the thing is, it's fairly low power. It's only 75 watts. So I actually liked it because of the low power draw on it.
Yeah, that is cheap.
It made the system super quiet. Now, I compared it against a Gigabyte RX 570 when I did the revisit on it. And that Gigabyte had a beastly overly done cooler on it. Alan, what do you think of Sonic becoming the highest grossing video game movie ever domestically?
I mean, I actually got to watch it.
Shocked and appalled. I'll start with
it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad movie.
Right.
I guess I still have a soft spot for Mortal Kombat because I love that as a video game movie.
Yeah.
I watched it again. Gosh, what was it? A couple years ago. It doesn't really hold up.
No,
it doesn't really. So I guess I was just going through the old retro rainbow goggles, but it wasn't a bad movie. I watched it with my son because he wasn't feeling good, and so we were sitting there watching Sonic, and he really enjoyed it. But then he's 3. He likes a lot of stuff that's absolutely dumb. So
I thought Sonic was going to be an absolute bust from the trailers that I saw. Not just the original trailers with the Sonic. There's no other way to describe
actually,
what
it was. There was actually kind of funny. I don't know if you watched it or not. At the beginning of the movie, there was a scene where there was this crazy old man who lives in the town who's seen it before, and he's trying to convince the town people that he exists, and so he has this picture of what he thinks it looks like, and it's the Sonic. He's like, look at this.
That's amazing.
That was actually pretty funny.
I love it when teams can laugh at themselves. Can go, you know what, we went in the wrong direction. Let's poke fun at it.
Yeah.
And I'm more impressed. Number one, that they had the balls to go back and reanimate the film. I'm so amazed that they didn't just let it go. And
Street Fighter is the best video game movie.
No, it's not.
It's the best video game movie where they have a movie based on a video game that they turned into a video game based off the movie.
Yes.
Because I don't think there was any other movie.
Yeah, Street Fighter the movie, the video game.
Yes, exactly. But that video game was horrible.
Right.
They tried to do like the Mortal Kombat motion capture type of a thing, but with the characters from the movie.
What is the largest circle that we've ever done with things like that? Because there was I think it might be for Transformers. Because Transformers, the toy, that they made to sell the toys.
Yeah.
Or that they made the cartoon to sell the toys. And then the cartoon, the cartoon got popular enough that it got a video game in the 16-bit era. It had I think there was an SNES and a Sega game for Transformers.
I think the movie came out before the video game.
No, the movie came out after, if you're thinking the Shia LaBeouf.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking the animated.
Oh, yeah. No, the animated one was like 1989.
87, I think.
87? Yeah.
I think I got it.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the toys came out. They made a cartoon to sell the toys. They made a movie so people would watch the cartoon. They made a game so people would watch the movie.
Yeah.
Then the toys got popular again sometime in the 90s. And then they kind of went dormant for a while. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you get the Shia LaBeouf movie that comes out. And then the movie was basically made so they could sell more toys and revigorate this thing.
And then they have cartoons out for it.
And now we have cartoons out for it, and we got Transformers the movie, the video game,
Yeah.
on top of all that. So I mean, it's just this huge water wheel that just keeps going. Super Mario Brothers 94.
Yeah, 94. Okay. No, it wasn't.
That's Super Mario Brothers.
Oh god, that was horrible.
Dead or Alive, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's among my favorite. The Angelina Jolie Tomb Raiders.
Well, there's two of them. There's the Angelina and there's the latest one.
Yeah.
Which was okay.
Well, there's two Angelina Jolies.
Yes,
there's the Cradle of Life and just Tomb Raider, wasn't it? And then there's the new Tomb Raider movie, which I actually have not seen the new one. It's been on my list.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's been on my list to see.
Kind of mindless.
Yeah. Let's see. What would be my favorite video game movie? Actually, I'm going to go a little abstract. Well, not necessarily abstract because it's a big game, but the movie kind of flopped. Hitman with Timothy Olyphant.
Timothy Olyphant? Yeah. You know what? I'm trying to remember because I know I saw it.
Yeah.
It must be pretty forgettable because I know I saw it.
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
It is pretty forgettable. Timothy Olyphant is not Agent 47.
No.
He does not play a good Agent 47.
Okay, here's the thing.
Because
Timothy Olyphant's too charismatic.
Yes.
He's great in a lot of things.
Yes.
Justified. They got the Santa Clarita Diet.
I thought he was even great in Die Hard.
Yeah, he was a great villain in Die Hard.
Yeah.
He was still charming in the movie. He was the villain, but he was still charming.
Yeah.
He's a charming guy.
Right.
He's just like...
but you listen to Agent 47 talk in the game, and Agent 47 has a voice.
Yeah.
And it's the Diana. You know,
it's that dark deadpan.
It's that Christian Bale playing Batman deep voice without the growl.
You know, I have to say I didn't like when Christian Bale, as the three movies came out.
Yeah.
His deep Batman voice got more and more annoying. It sounded like it was way too forced.
It was,
and it started just getting. It almost got comical to me.
The Dark Knight is one of the best movies of all time.
Yes, I agree. I love the series.
And the next two were forgettable.
Yeah,
they quite honestly were.
No, are you talking about the one with the Joker was great?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
The first one was good.
Yeah.
And then the second was great.
Yeah,
and
with
then the
Heath
one
Ledger.
with Bane was like that was starting to get silly.
Yeah.
Every time they introduce Robin into the mix, it just takes it down turn. Especially the Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
With
Bring back George Clooney. Or Val Kilmer with the nipple suit.
It is one of my favorite movies to rip on. It is. It's like up there with The Room.
You know, honestly, I like those early '90s Batmans with Schwarzenegger as Iceman, and you had Poison Ivy, you had Danny DeVito as Joker.
No, Danny DeVito was the Penguin.
Yeah, or Penguin.
Joker was Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yeah. And then you've got Jim Carrey as Riddler.
Yes, Jim Carrey was Riddler.
Yeah.
And they had Two-Face was Tommy
Lee Jones. That was good.
Tommy Lee Jones, yeah.
He was good at that one. You've got Halle Berry as Catwoman.
But that wasn't part of those.
Right.
She had her own solo movie, which was another one that was just totally bombed.
Yeah. Yep. And Steve just throwing shade at Robin.
Of course. Although to be fair, the new series, the Titans one that they have, it's not bad. That's actually, but that's not Robin and Batman.
Right.
It's just straight up Robin and the Teen Titans, which it's not. It's not. I thought it was going to be absolutely horrible. It's better than the CW stuff, but not as good as like a movie. So it's pretty good.
Need another Riddler one. I agree with that.
Yeah, I they need the Riddler that they had, the Jim Carrey one. Riddler's supposed to be smart, not goofy. He's supposed to be maniacal.
Yes.
Smart and maniacal, not goofy and flailing around like that. Not that I don't like Jim Carrey, I do, but
he did go a little bit too goofy with it. But remember, this was just barely pre-mask Jim Carrey.
Yes, I know. I don't think you can not have Jim Carrey be Jim Carrey.
Right.
Really.
I mean,
Sunshine of a
Spotless Mind.
Yeah, he was pretty serious.
Yeah, number 23.
Yeah. That's when he started trying to go serious, and that's when his career took a dive.
Right. Honestly, Truman Show. I like Truman Show.
Yeah, no, Truman Show was great.
Right.
Yeah, I did.
Great
like
movie. Great movie. Rewatching Old Fant Now and Deadwood.
Oh yeah, I gotta rewatch the Deadwood movie. Deadwood is awesome. I have not watched the movie that came out last year.
That was solid.
Yeah, that was good.
That was really solid.
Oh yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer was Catwoman.
Oh, that's
right. Michelle Pfeiffer was.
Yeah, I was trying to think of who was Catwoman in the movie.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's right. What style do you want, Steve, for beer number 2?
Let's do an IPA. You want to do an IPA?
IPA?
I like IPAs. After this nice sweet malty,
Yeah.
I can go for something hoppy and bitey.
I've got a Hopstar. Here we go.
Tom Brown. I actually agree. I watched The Flash. I don't watch Legends of Tomorrow, but the first couple seasons of Arrow was pretty good. And
you see us keeping our social distancing there?
yes. And The Flash, it's not great, but it's good mindless entertainment.
Right.
It is. I mean, they had an episode where they had like, what was it? Gorilla Grodd versus King Shark.
Yeah.
A giant gorilla versus a man shark type.
Yep. Oh, you're gonna like this one, man. So this is Hopstar from Fulton, Minnesota. It is only a 5%. It's a 4.9%. Session IPA. It is twice dry hopped with Citra, Mosaic, and Amarillo hops.
Oh, this is gonna smell wonderful.
Yes.
Wait, I have to finish this first.
I'm not waiting for you.
I'm the one that started talking too long and never finished it.
N64, drinking is bad for you. Everything's bad for you in excess.
Yeah.
In moderation, you're actually just fine.
Yeah. Follow Hops and Brews and he'll tell you. He's doing the low-cal for a month thing.
That, I think, is bad for you. That's more filler than anything else.
Well, if he loses weight,
yeah.
You know, who knows?
It's true. Oh, God, I can smell it already.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Again, being a YouTuber, being what's becoming more and more of a public-facing face.
Man.
Oh, God,
That smells so good.
Oh.
I want an air freshener that
Novella
smells
Hub.
like this.
Thank you, my man. This was a donated one from...
This needs to be an air freshener.
It really does.
I would love to... This
really does.
I would love my car to smell like this.
Yeah. So anything in excess will kill you. Chlorine in a 1% solution in a pool cleans it. 7% will melt your skin off.
Yes, exactly.
You know, so saying drinking is bad, yeah. Getting drunk every single day is bad. Drinking this in the course of 45 minutes and then going to a 5% session, that's not bad. Novella Hub, $2 donation. Thank you so much, buddy. Not only did he pay for the beer, he also donated to tell me what it was.
Good Lord. Thank you, Novella Hub.
Fulton Hopstar from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah, the beer has a nice color. Oh,
it does.
It's not crystal clear. I mean, you can't really see through it, but it is a beautiful golden orange color.
I found it kind of fascinating because all the rage right now are hazy beers.
Yeah.
And I remember when IPAs were popular, especially here in the Pacific Northwest, if there was any kind of like haze or any kind of like impurification that was in, it was considered bad or something was wrong with it.
Yeah.
Now they want it more cloudy than ever. So cloudiness was never an indication of quality, just all aesthetics.
Mm-hmm. That is fantastic.
Oh, that is really good.
That's fantastic.
For a low ABV beer, if you just care about flavor, great flavor. Wonderful flavor.
That's my last beer. After this, I have to switch to gin. That's always a good decision. Just don't go as far as tequila.
Yeah.
That's level 4. You don't want to hit level 4.
Oh, yeah.
Especially on a Wednesday. Unless you're working from home, then cheers.
I do work from home.
Yeah.
And I have been for like the last couple of years. So this is all. This is
This is just lunch.
Yeah, this is just normal.
This is just lunch.
There's several times I'm like, it's 3 o'clock. I can go for a beer, whatever, you know. Or even
Sure.
have, I'll be working.
Yep.
I could use a drink.
Yep.
Rum and Coke sounds good.
Yep. When I'm editing, I'll often crack open a just 12 ounce of something and sit
Yeah.
there and sip it while I'm editing.
Oh yeah, that's
So.
the best thing to do.
Yep. So, what else do we have? The Doom series and the horrible Doom films. Yeah, you got the
There's
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne
as the-
Johnson one.
as the-
Was there
as
another
the-
one?
I think that's the only one. There might have been a second.
There might have been like a direct to
Yeah.
video or something I never
Yeah.
watched, but I
a
only
Disney
thought that
2
there was the one.
version of Doom.
Yeah.
I still say you need to make a good clear beer before going for hazy.
Oh
hops and
yeah,
brews.
I mean, if you're going for a home brewing, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Well, I think as a major brewery anyway, show me you can build a staple before you go weird.
hazies are becoming staples now.
I-
It's like some places, if they
That
don't
is
go
true.
hazy,
That is
they
true.
will go out of business because
Yeah.
when they come in, they're like, "What hazies do you got?"
Right.
And if they got 0, then they'll be like,
That has been a question the last 2 years. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So I mean, the hazies are becoming a staple
Mm-hmm.
now.
That is really good. All right.
Doom films were horrible. They're saying films plural, but I still don't remember there being more than one. Should we
Let's
look
see.
that up?
I'm
We
gonna
got
look it
time.
up.
We're
I'm
gonna look
gonna
it
look
up. We're gonna look this up. People are saying plural, and they know something we don't.
Doom movies. There's
Oh, there's
Doom,
and
Doom Annihilation.
Okay, I don't think I watched that one. Was that straight to video? Or was that a theatrical release?
I don't. Boy, I don't know. So 2005 was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing our lovable hero.
I don't remember.
There is not a single actor name I recognize in the Doom Annihilation movie.
What did I think of Jim Carrey as?
Yep.
Well, he didn't call himself Dr. Eggman. He was Dr. Robotnik in the movie.
Yes.
But yeah, he did fine. I thought Jim Carrey did fine.
Mm-hmm.
He was entertaining.
Which is weird because they found the skinniest man alive to play Eggman.
Yeah, I know. But he called himself Doctor. He was Doctor Robotnik, and
Yeah.
he did do a good job. He was very animated.
And see, that's how I've always known him,
Yeah.
as Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
It was only Eggman in Sonic 1. It was
Yes.
Robotnik as of Sonic 2
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Resident Evil films. I think the first one was pretty decent.
I think the first one was pretty decent, and in fact, I've seen all of them, and they all have their own kind of merit. Number one, they have phenomenal production value.
Yeah.
All of them hold up as far as the visual effects go.
Mm-hmm.
They did enough practical effects with enough light touches on computer animation
Right.
that it doesn't look terrible. And from an era, if you're looking at like the early 2000s when like The Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions was
another one
filmed.
that was actually halfway decent was a Silent Hill.
Yeah, actually.
They made a Silent
yeah.
Hill movie with Pyramid Head and everything like that. It
But-
was actually pretty good.
But no, with the Resident Evil movies, as much CGI as there was in those movies for the werewolves and the lichens and things like that, it's a movie that really does hold up remarkably well, considering the era that it was filmed in. Because if you think the original Matrix was filmed in 1998, and that was primarily non-digital effects,
Right.
that it was all practical as far as the visual
The
effects
stop,
and the
rotating,
and the bullet
yeah.
motion cameras and things like that. That was all practically done on green screen. When you look at a lot of the other films from that day, so you look at Matrix Reloaded from 2002, that didn't even look good then.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember going to the theater and going, that is some crappy 3D
Yeah,
animation.
I know.
And why did they go away from
the
practical effects?
Yes, I know.
Why didn't you just hire a bunch of people who had the same haircut as Agent Smith and then fill his face in
Right.
post? Instead, you 3D animated the whole scene.
Because after the Matrix, they had to prove themselves.
Right.
And so they tried real hard, and they used practical effects, which were cheaper.
Yep.
They got all this money
Yep.
and a ton of anticipation and market
Yep.
value, so
Yep.
they had a lot of things to throw out. And
Yep.
they're like, well, let's use the latest and greatest.
Right.
And at the time, the latest and greatest was computer-generated
Yep.
imagery.
Yep.
And they're like, well, how are we going to do this fight scene?
It was the same downfall of the Star Wars prequels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As far
Oh,
as
yeah.
the effects that don't really hold up.
Oh,
There's a
gosh.
couple that do, and there's a couple that you go, "Argh."
Well, I just recently rewatched
The 3PO falling onto the conveyor belt. That is
Yeah.
obviously the entire scene is animated.
even worse than that. And I've seen, and I haven't downloaded them yet. There's like constant remixes of the original Star Wars New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that they keep in the more practical effects, in my opinion, are better.
Have you seen the Star Wars despecialized edition?
Yes, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I
That's
have.
what I'm talking about.
That's
and
what
that
I have.
is, in my opinion, superior because the remastered edition that came out, I think, was it late 90s or something like that, where they started throwing a lot of computer generated.
Yeah,
And they threw the Jabba the Hutt scene back in, which
yes,
in the original movie
that,
wasn't there.
yeah, that was done for the 20th anniversary, so I believe it was 1997 that came out, because I think Phantom Menace came out in 98 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so they re-released
There is
the original
before.
trilogy
Before.
as the special edition
Before
probably
the
in
Phantom
96 or 97.
Yes, okay, so
Yeah.
it was 90s.
Yeah.
But those effects, when you look at them now, those editions, they're just horrible.
Yeah,
They're bad.
the Jabba scene in Mos Eisley.
God, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because like they took the footage that they
Yeah.
cut from the original one,
Yeah.
and then there was a scene where Han Solo was walking behind Jabba.
I was just thinking
But
that.
Jabba in the original one was a guy. He
Was a
wasn't
guy.
a big slug. He was
Yeah.
a guy in a big fur coat.
He was a guy, portly little
so,
gentleman.
Yeah, so while he's walking around, they're going, well, Jabba's got a tail. He can't just walk through the tail.
Right.
So they digitally made
Made Han
Solo
Solo.
go whoop, like this, and it looks horrible.
They were so proud of
Yeah.
that. Have you ever watched like the doc? How do you fix that? Jabba's a giant slug.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta do something there. We gotta keep the scene in there.
It looks so jarring.
And it's Han Solo going, do you think I had a choice, as he's walking
Yeah.
behind him? And all you see is Han go, boop, and it clips, and then he goes, boop.
Yeah, it looks so bad.
And the face that Jabba makes, and he looks at the
He's
camera
like,
going, ooh.
Yeah, I know. That's oh god. He's supposed to be a serious character that you're scared
know.
of.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, and to be fair, in
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi, he is a gross, sluggy guy that
Right.
looks maniacal and
Hey,
evil.
Jabba, no bother.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right? In this, he looks like a little slug, and he looks like
And he's walking around just fine. Just,
I've seen better CGI in the General's commercial, the General Insurance commercials.
I want to see what's the translator's name? Translate that from Jabba, from speaking Tut to
Oh, you talking
from the general commercial. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The
guy.
Yeah.
Any of the Expanse watchers here? Yes, I'm a big fan of the Expanse.
I never really got into the Expanse.
John doesn't like it. He
Yeah.
says it's too slow for him.
Yeah.
I never got into it. I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I read the books. I've watched the show.
I'm familiar with it enough,
yeah.
but it's not one that really just like grabbed me.
Oh, I thought this last season was excellent.
Yeah.
I thought it was probably one of their better ones.
Harby's We Beat the Meat. I think I have the despecialized version on VHS somewhere.
I actually do have the specialized version on, not the despecialized, but the specialized.
Yeah. I have the special edition on VHS. I also have the Star Wars trilogy on DVD. I have all the prequels on DVD. I have all the new releases on Blu-ray. I never rebought the original, we'll call them the original 6, that sounds dirty, on Blu-ray, because I want to see the original theatrical releases more than I want to see the late 90s crappy CGI.
Mm-hmm.
And so on my Plex server, I have the despecialized version.
Yeah.
And that's what I watch when I want to watch it.
Yeah.
So
IPs were created
to mask
All
the
right.
taste of a bad beer?
I thought we have people policing this.
Yeah.
channel.
I thought we had moderators in this
Yeah,
damn
I thought
place.
we had moderators. That's offensive.
Yeah.
I agree. The Expanse is amazing. It's very
Yeah.
good.
Oh, you mean we're tasting the malt or the hops instead of the sugar?
Yeah.
Freaking
whatever.
weird, right?
Well, you get the Imperial IPAs, and
Yeah.
you get both. You get a nice, good, malty,
Yes.
sweet flavor with some great hops.
I love me an 11% IPA. Did you watch the show last week?
Of
Me making fun of John by pouring
oh
a 10%
yes,
double?
yes. I know I did. Yes, I did. I saw.
Or no, sorry, it was a triple. It
I
was
didn't
the-
get to
the
watch.
Megalodon.
I didn't watch the whole show, but I did catch that part. Yes.
That was my favorite part of last
Yeah.
week's show. John goes, I don't even want to look at it. And so I go,
There you go. Well, he's still doing it now, so you can do it
Yeah.
again this week.
totally could.
Yeah.
All right, what else do we have in here? Who else wants to talk about whatever? Any other questions?
As long as we don't
Tech, beer, entertainment, games, news, personal.
Lou Albano and Danny Wells should have been the 1990. I think Lou Albano was past his prime at the 1994 time. Not I'm saying that.
That he had a prime?
Yeah, in the 80s.
Right.
It was in the prime. I think he even did didn't he do the Mario cartoon thing? Wasn't Lou Albano in the
Yeah,
in
it was.
Mario? Do the
Super Mario Super Show!
Yeah, I think he did the live
Because
action.
yeah, it was the Super Mario Legend of Zelda cartoon and MC Hammer.
No, they had that. No, it was the Captain N. Because it had the Captain N.
With the
guy who had the laser, the Nintendo laser thing, and it had the villains was Mother Brain, and they had Simon Belmont from. Well, he was a good guy, and who else? Was oh wait, oh gosh, I'm wait the boop.
Scott has joined the chat.
Yes, I know. I can tell you booped me.
$4.99.
I didn't have to even look at that to know he joined.
I know. It's like, oh, Scott's here. How's it going, Scott? By the way, you might want to wash your nose.
Yeah, I was gonna
now.
say you just I'm infected now.
Yeah. Notice we are trying to keep our distance. Yeah. I didn't even touch his glass.
I'm slowly creeping out of frame.
Yeah,
just a little bit. Getting out of.
So that's all we have for Talking Heads here.
Yeah. There was a Far Cry film as well. I do kind of remember that. Vaguely. I don't remember it being very good.
I remember advertisements for it. I don't ever remember seeing it.
It was based on the very first Far Cry, which was on a tropical island.
So someone else remembers the MC Hammer cartoon.
Oh no, I remember the MC Hammer cartoon too, because his shoes were sentient. He put the shoes on, they would talk, right?
Malbeth says, "Damn, was having so much fun in Sleeping Dogs. I missed the first half of the show."
Oh.
And he's in Sweden?
Malbeth?
Switzerland? Sweden?
I don't think so.
He's Nordic, isn't he?
No, I thought he's Canada.
Canada?
I think so.
Is he Canada? I thought he was over in Claus neck of the woods. I thought he was Nordic.
Maybe. I'm getting all of our patrons confused.
We have a lot of patrons.
Yeah.
We have a lot of other.
Maybe
other
I'm thinking
worldly
Count X. Maybe
patrons.
he's Canadian.
No, Count X is Texas.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh well, they can tell us. I don't remember.
Big Jim says $5 boop mother. Boop. There you go.
There you go.
Social distancing boop. Hey Steve. Boop. How about any of the Halo movies? The what? I'm not familiar with those.
I don't think there's any Halo movies.
Yeah. Talking 2.5 heads or 2 half heads. Montreal. Okay.
See, I was right.
My bad. Sorry, I'm getting it confused. Oh, I'm thinking of Howda?
Yes.
Howda is
Howda,
yeah, Sweden.
I think he's Sweden.
Yeah.
And
That's
Klaus,
right.
And Klaus, Norway.
Yep. Sorry. I got too many. I have too many patrons at this point.
Sorry.
Yep. Let's see.
Teal'c versus Ronan from Stargate. Who wins?
Teal'c. Oh, and by the way, the only right answer is Teal'c. Yeah, Teal'c wins. Of course, Teal'c wins.
Well, he's been there since the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a
Ronan came in like.
That's a stupid question.
Middle, I think. Yeah.
Someone says audio issue. What audio issue? No one's complained of an audio issue yet.
I think he's just saying audio issue.
Wow.
Maybe he's got hard of hearing issues.
Mm-hmm.
We need closed caption.
Stay alone, stay alive. Fix
This
the
is how you
audio.
get thumbs down.
What's wrong with the audio? Seriously.
Is there a problem with the audio? Should I go load it up on my computer and see if they got an audio issue?
I can unmute it. No, all of a sudden, yeah, there's. Oh. I put my phone right next to the microphone.
Oh.
I bet that's what it was. Sounds like you got line noise.
Line noise.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll check it again as soon as I correct it on my stream here. You can see how long of a delay we have. Line static,
that's a
there
dog.
is noise.
That's
yeah.
a dog.
Dog. That's a dog. Yeah, that's
that's
definitely
a
a dog. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, it's line. Okay, so that's what it is.
Yep.
That's
It's
what it
intermittent.
was.
Yeah, it's my cell phone sitting right next to
Okay.
the. My mixer sits right here, and I had my cell phone literally tucked under the mic wires coming in. My bad. Sorry. Yep. Check those. Okay, we should be good.
It got nothing to do with me.
Keeps coming back like it's a phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. My bad.
It's gone.
My bad. It was sitting off to the left, and it kept getting like pushed further and further up. So. I'll put it in the middle of the table now. So, fix that. N64 team, want to talk about Reddit? What do you want to know? I'm
not really. There's everything already on Reddit to talk about.
Right. Like...
I mean, Reddit in general as like a platform?
And please, I've been in Century Club for like 7 years.
Yeah.
So, give me a break there. I'm on Reddit. Yeah, I'm on Reddit too. I helped start it.
Yeah. I helped start Facebook, actually. I was like one of the beta testers, even though I wasn't in like a college at the time.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't even actually been on Reddit as my original user for pretty much since I started my channel because I didn't want any doxing to occur.
Right.
And so
you don't want any cross-posting so people can like dig back and see.
Oh, he said he went here this one time, and that's got to be him.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want that to happen, and so I just stopped using it. But my original Reddit user has, I think, 217,000 karma.
Oh yeah. All those Star Trek
Not
posts.
to brag, but you know. No, actually, it's a lot of Futurama references.
Oh, was it really just Futurama references?
Me want snoo snoo.
That'll always get you at least 100 points.
Actually, I had a bot at one point that would search for me want snoo snoo, and it would automatically post for me, can't we just cuddle?
Oh, yeah.
That line has gotten me so much karma, man. Because anytime there's like a fit woman on there, someone always says me want snoo snoo, and then it's me on there going, can't we just cuddle?
Put the phones in quarantine. Yeah. Middle of the table is also bad. Is it really still getting like weird?
Oh, yours is right next to your...
Is that
cable's
it?
running. Might be yours.
All right, well, let's go.
It might be yours.
We'll put that over
Steve's
there.
was literally this far away from his cable, too.
It was. I mean, it should have been far enough.
So we're to blame for Facebook. I wouldn't blame us.
I barely used it.
Actually, I wasn't on Facebook until 2013.
Right? Because like I remember, where did I see it?
Because it was like, all right, fine, I'm finally on Facebook.
It was something that somebody had posted on Something Awful, the Something Awful forums. I don't know if anybody knows or remembers the old Something Awful forums. Those were great. And they had posted something. I was like, yeah, I'll sign up. And then I made an account there, and I like never used it.
Yeah,
I like never used it for a long time until everybody else started using it. Then I started using it.
Big Spoon says he started Pornhub. I've been watching since the beginning of time. Also, audio is bad too.
All cell phones have been moved away from.
I don't hear any hum anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. What's your Reddit username? Craft Computing.
Yeah. Thought Harold Finford, person of interest, was to blame for social media.
You know, maybe.
Maybe.
It could have been.
Maybe.
Could have been. What else we got? Yeah, we talked about Ryzen 4000 mobile CPUs last week,
right.
and AMD finally said, hey, we have a Ryzen Mobile 4900H.
Right.
Yeah, we know. We've known for like 3 months. I got to use one at CES. Like, it wasn't embargoed. What do you want? Jeeves was the problem with the audio. It's all good now. It was you.
Oh wait, no,
I blamed myself. It was you.
Maybe I hadn't moved my phone in a long time.
I know. It was you.
Okay.
It was totally you. Audio's fine now that Steve moved his phone.
Oh sure.
I'm gonna put mine back.
You know what it was? I think it was delayed. I think there was because of the delay. You moved your phone, and then like they were still getting it.
No, because I listened right after I moved my phone. I listened live as we moved my phone.
Well, my phone was just too powerful for this.
Right.
It's too powerful.
Well, you are in a basement on Verizon. So, you know. I need signal!
Drop.
Father, I require sustenance!
Well, I did. I turned my Wi-Fi off, so it's not the Wi-Fi. I don't know what it is anyway.
No, it's cell signals.
There's still a bit of frying in the background, not as bad as your phone, though. Okay, so it was a little bit of interference. We'll just put them in lead boxes from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a good subject.
Novella Sub says, how's the beer?
It's good. This is a very good beer.
This is fantastic.
I don't know if you missed
For
it.
a session IPA?
It is. Yeah, exactly.
This is darn good.
Like the 4.9%, 5% doesn't deter me at all. The flavor.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. No. Honestly, compare this to like all day IPA. I'll take this over that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As far as the session IPA
Of course. Yes.
Like Founders gets the love, That has actual hop flavor.
Yes, it
like
does.
like nothing against all day IPA. I like it, but it's definitely not a favorite of mine. This could be a favorite.
Yeah.
This could be a favorite.
Faraday bar coasters. Yeah, hey, that's not a bad idea.
Audio's 100% now.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Malbeth says he also has that Slurm Cozy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Steve actually brought those over.
I brought those.
Yeah.
I bought them for my Halloween costume. I was Fry
Yeah.
this year. And I think, you went to the
Yeah,
Halloween
yeah, you had the hair on.
Yeah,
flip
yeah, I
up.
had the hair.
He actually shaved his beard for the costume,
Yes,
which
I
is
know.
way more commitment than I would ever go for.
Well, I told you, I shaved my head for a Halloween costume one time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty fun. I was Molaram from Temple of Doom. And I didn't even have to, because I actually had the headdress with the horns and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to shave my head if I didn't want to. But I shaved it.
But you're
anyway.
committed for the bit.
I was committed.
Yeah.
Shaved my head, put the little black stripe on there, so when I took it off, it was still there.
Yeah, nice.
I was completely.
I will say I had to go get a haircut this last week because my hair was already like 2 or 3 weeks past needing a haircut,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden it's like I need to get a haircut.
Do it
and
now before,
and now we're in quarantine, and I'm going. Should I go?
Yeah.
Should I go get a haircut? And I there were a bunch of us on Twitter who all spontaneously said, "I need a haircut. Should we just shave?
Yeah.
Like just bick it?
do it. Yeah, because then you won't have to come back for a long
Right,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think I'd look fine with that and
Yeah.
just leave the chin strap. I
Oh,
think
you'd
it'd be
do that?
good.
Yeah, that would be
Oh,
good.
totally. I'd totally rock the
You can do,
inverse.
what's that? That's Dr. Venture.
Yeah, yeah.
do the Dr.
I
Venture.
would totally do the inverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought about doing it. My wife vetoed it, so I went, fine. I'll drive into the Supercuts.
Do I have a picture of that Fry costume? I do somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll have to go. Maybe
I don't think I even took one.
I'll put one at Discord.
I was a little
Video.
tipsy by the end of that
Yeah.
night.
Oh gosh, you were hogging that mic at the karaoke. You and John were both doing it.
Long time ago.
It was a fun night.
Yeah.
What's your favorite beer? U.S., Belgian, German. Wait, are you asking us if our favorite beer? Pick a favorite beer from those countries each, or
U.S.,
our
Belgian, German, Australia.
I'm guessing he's asking what our favorite beer is from each
From
of those
each
countries.
of those countries, I would assume.
Gosh, I don't know. That's a hard thing to say. That's like asking which is your favorite kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that one's on. That's a. John and I get asked this all the time.
And you can't. It's very hard.
I can't pick a favorite beer. The reason is I have my 17 favorite stouts. I
Yes,
have my
yeah.
11 favorite IPAs. I have my 7 favorite barrel aged.
Yeah.
I've got this that's just a weird offshoot of whatever. I've got my favorite. I really don't like pilsners and lagers all that much. Like I'll drink them if that's what's available, and it's a half step above Bud or something like that. But I'm not seeking them out.
Yeah.
I love a good Belgian style.
Yeah.
I love a good Abbey ale. I love a good red ale, like a traditional Irish red.
Right.
So, what's my favorite of each of those styles? We don't have that much time left.
We got $10 to shave your head.
Shave my head?
Not on camera, if you want.
Might do it.
Yeah.
Might do it.
Probably need a little more than $10 Canadian.
We're doing a little bit of Reddit sings here. In a galaxy far away, Naboo was under an attack.
Brazilian wax and all that. That's not the lyric.
Now you'd found me in Qui-Gon Jinn to talk the Federation into maybe cutting them a little slack.
You're not the first person to do that. My sister was like, because when I started doing the karaoke in my garage,
Yeah.
my sister would be like, well, I want to sing the Weird Al version.
Right.
So she would print the lyrics out and then like stand in front of the mic and sing the Weird Al lyrics.
You know what's funny is I've gone to a karaoke bar and we do this all the time where we'll go there and we have our standard songs and we rate them in like level of shots that you have to be in. Like,
Okay.
oh, this is my opener. This is my like got there, took a shot. Okay, here's
Yeah.
my opener.
Yeah.
And then you're looking on the list and you go, no, that's a 4-shot song.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Anything for Journey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it gets late into the night and whatnot, and I picked American Pie.
Oh, yeah.
And I get up there and I sing, The Saga Begins. And I get done with the song, and the guy goes, we have that, like, the lyrics to that one. And I'm like, yeah, but I like the guitar on this track better.
Yeah, I know. That's the same thing.
Love of God, Stop Singing. I'm not a bad singer.
We're gonna do a karaoke stream one of these days.
Like, you realize I was a music major in college.
Yeah.
I'm not a bad singer. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Maybe not a cappella. You need a little musical accompaniment.
Could.
Okay.
I could. How's the progress with the smart home stuff? I do have, like, you've seen, like, my smart bulbs and stuff like that. I haven't expanded any beyond this because I really just haven't had the time. So, you know, I've got the smart bulbs here in the studio.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, we can... Ooh, red? Ooh. Green. Ooh. Actually, I kind of like that. So I've got, you know, the smartphone app. Unfortunately, these are still connected to who the heck knows where, as far as like a cloud service that's controlling them. Because if I lose internet, these won't keep a schedule, which really bugs the crap out of me. Because who is keeping track of when my lights should be on and off? I don't like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any studio background advice for Bite My Bits? Actually, once he filled the brickwork in with putty and then painted it, I think it looks fantastic.
I actually don't. I don't like the white brick.
So
aesthetic.
I'm gonna do something weird really quick.
Okay.
Hold on.
Are you gonna show the? Because you have the same brick over there.
Okay. You'll have to help reframe me.
Okay.
So
Go ahead, do it.
And I'm probably out of focus. I'm not gonna.
A little bit out of focus.
But you can see that's my bar with all my brickwork behind it. That's the same brick panel that he used.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit more. There you go.
There we go. So yeah, nailed it. Nice. So I use actually the exact same brick panels that he went and bought.
Yeah.
Like we both bought them at Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, you know, you can get this brick facade from Home Depot.
And you have the seam that he fixed with the putty.
Right.
Yeah.
So I watched him fix it with the putty. I think it turned out pretty darn good. A little bit more putty, a little bit more sanding kind of in the cracks to make sure those lines are gone. But I think it looks pretty phenomenal. Originally, when he put the panels up, I actually suggested that he get some rough cut 4x4s or 2x4s or something like that, or like a 6x1.
Yeah.
And just like do this rough cut so it looks like a beam that's been part of the framework
the whole time, and it's part of the background.
Exactly.
It's exposed brick.
Exactly.
Like that,
Exposed brick with like a rough cut, like inlaid piece of wood. I thought that would have looked fantastic.
Yeah. Get like an old, farm board or something like this, old reclaimed wood type stuff.
My next video, you will see some new shelving back on my wall. I have those.
Oh yeah, nice. That'll be good.
That was hanging in John's bar.
Oh yes, I do remember those.
When he bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually stole those from him.
Okay.
And I'm actually changing the original intention of those. I'm putting shelves on them so I can put like video cards and stuff like that up in my background.
Oh, that'd be nice.
And then if I want to use them for the other purpose, I can take the shelf off and put other things.
I do like. I think a lot of people like it too. And maybe they can say if there's something fun in the background.
Yes.
Like a little something fun because you can switch it out week after week.
That's why I bought the Edison bulb.
Yeah.
Or the Edison light.
Those are nice too.
It gives the set a little bit of character. There is some more character incoming for this wall. This is not the final set, and in fact, this wall is going to be wood eventually as well. I just haven't done that. We got that one done, and I went, I'm done with that. I need to get like working in here. And so hopefully very soon I'm going to have some time
agrees with me. He hates painted brick. I hate painted brick too. I like the natural brick look. Why have bricks and then paint over it? It just seems weird to me. Were you guys WoW players back in the day?
No.
I was.
I was not.
I was one of the original beta testers. I bought the collector's edition for the first the collector's edition of the first expansion pack. But I wouldn't say I was addicted to it or anything like that. I enjoyed it, but
I logged in one time in 2008, and I went, this sucks, and I logged out.
You didn't like it? Huh?
I played it for about 20 minutes.
Really? Now, did you play any MMOs that you were really into?
Tribes?
Tribes isn't an MMO. I do love Tribes, though. Tribes was one of my favorites, I have to admit. But it wasn't an MMO. I think it was, at the time, that was like one of the biggest multiplayer maps that you can do. Because it was up to 64 players. Yeah. Back in like the 90s.
That's about as far as I went to the MMO realm.
Okay.
Yeah. That's as close as I ever got.
I was Ultima Online. I loved Ultima Online.
I played all the original Ultimas. I never did the online one.
No, I beta tested a lot of crap. Yeah. I did. You asked me anything popular back in like the 90s, early 2000s, I probably beta tested it.
You didn't do Diablo 2?
No, but I didn't beta test Diablo 2, but I did get what was it? Like day one release of Diablo.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I had a day one release of Diablo, but I beta tested Diablo 2.
well, I didn't even know they did betas of Diablo 2. That's fascinating.
Planet side?
Yes, I did beta test Planetside.
Do I have a dedicated streaming PC? Yes.
In fact, I still have the beta disc that they sent me for EverQuest.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do have a dedicated streaming PC. I have one PC right here, and then I have my editing PC on the other side of the room. My streaming PC, you've seen it, but you don't know that you've seen it. If you look back at my Meshify S2 review, that is me building my grand streaming PC. It has an MSI Creation motherboard with an it's an X299 MSI Creation. So it's like a $600 motherboard. It's got just a 7820X, an 8-core, 16-thread, 3.6. It's not overclocked. It has a Fractal Design Celsius S24. This was me trying to like overclock this system and whatnot, and it never really worked out like I wanted, so I just kind of tossed it inside and used it for a streaming PC. Yeah. It works great. I will eventually probably swap it out with something that's a little bit more power efficient. But honestly, at full tilt, this thing doesn't make any noise at all. I've got a GTX 1660 in it for doing rendering. And then I've got AverMedia capture cards. I've got an AverMedia Live Gamer 4K and a Live Gamer HD2. So we do 4K in from the camera and then 1080p in from the laptop. And that's how I stream. So, there you go.
Hops save the show, crash it early. There's no chance of John coming to the show early.
John won't show up early.
Zero. In fact, there's a good chance he will be late.
Yeah. This week's show is brought to you by Fallout 4. How has rendering performance been on the Threadripper 2 since the upgrade? Was it worth the upgrade from the 1920? I actually upgraded from my 1900X. I had an 8-core, 4 gigahertz, or 3.8 gigahertz with a 4 gigahertz all-core turbo Threadripper chip. And it was starting to struggle a little bit. I have noticed a serious uptick in my rendering ability and my editing ability since I went to the 2950X. I jumped a couple of levels.
Except when Premiere crashes.
Right.
You can't do anything about that.
So I like the upgrade. I'm glad I did it. I don't know that I can do an apples and oranges comparison to what I used to do because I started editing with this rig the same time that I started editing footage for my Zcam, which is ProRes Proxy and ProRes 422 LT. Versus before on my 8-core, I was editing H.264. And so I literally the same week, I swapped codecs, I swapped everything else. So I'm still using Premiere. Yeah. And ProRes is much more efficient as far as scrubbing the timeline goes.
Now, have you found since you switched codecs that Premiere is crashing more? Maybe you gotta switch back.
No,
because not codec thing.
No. It depends on the video. It depends on what effects I have. It depends on how much color correction I did. It depends on a lot of different things.
Factors.
It depends on how Premiere is feeling that day.
Yeah. It's in a bad mood sometimes.
Today, Premiere crashed 4 separate times trying to encode an H.264. I switched it over to H.265 and it shot right through it. Right. And then other times, H.265 just like chokes on itself and then H.264 just like flies through. And so it's like there's certain things that are just weird with Premiere. Someone quite a bit earlier asked me if I've done anything with like OpenShot or DaVinci Resolve. I've played around with DaVinci Resolve. My biggest thing with DaVinci Resolve is I didn't want to spend the $300 before I knew it could replace Premiere. Yeah. And unfortunately, with the free version of DaVinci Resolve, you cannot import.
All the features are there.
You can't import H.264, and that's what I was recording with. Yeah. And so you can import H.264 if you have the license, but I didn't want to buy the license to see if I could edit H.264. So I've been kind of stuck in this no man's land for quite a while. Who wants to see Jeff building a hard tube water-cooled PC in the Darksaber Sentry 2.0 drunk after the stream? What, that?
That right there?
That right there?
Yeah.
Huh? This is actually related to the Fractal Design era PC and not in the way that you think it is. So you'll have to watch the video.
I always refer to that as the Captain Pike case because it's just got that one button in the middle
This
if
is
it beeped, if this thing beeped red like every once in
Yeah.
a while, that would be the perfect Captain Pike.
this
case.
is the portal turret case.
Oh, I can see that too.
Yeah.
I can see that too.
Just the one red eye in the middle.
Yeah.
H.264 is free in Resolve. Really? Because I couldn't import it.
Maybe they changed that in the demo. Maybe they changed
Who
it
knows?
because that's been a complaint.
Yeah.
When
who
was the
knows?
last time you looked?
Yeah. Last year sometime. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's changed.
Let's see. I don't think I could ever build a hardline water tube loop in that because there is literally no space left in it. I even have just a 1050 Ti in there, and there's not even place for a pump to go in that system, let alone radiator space. There are no external fans. You have a CPU fan, and you have your graphics card fan, and you have your power supply fan, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no space you could install anything unless you wanted to hang a radiator off the side, and I'm not going to do that. So, what do you guys think of the classic video games being remade recently? I think it's awesome.
Has there been a slew of classic video games being remade? What?
The last one I remember.
I remember like Quake 2 coming out with the
Quake 2 got RTX.
with the RTX, which is cool. I played that. That was neat.
DuckTales got a 1080p remaster.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was
a couple
last year.
years. No, that was more than that.
That was
2
last
years.
year, I think.
It was 2 years ago. Actually.
That was last year.
I've had it in my library for a while.
I'm gonna call you on it.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna call you.
Let's see.
Here we go.
What was the DuckTales remake?
Because it just recently came back to Steam.
It did recently come back to Steam because it was gone for a while, but it came out way before that.
DuckTales remaster.
2013. That's a long time ago. It may have came back.
Crap.
Yeah, see, it's been a long time.
Okay, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Captain Pike equals 1,000% false.
Finally wrangled it back from the wife. No, I stole it.
Yeah, he stole it back from her.
I stole it. You'll have to watch the video. It'll be live probably at midnight. This video will, because I like 10 minutes before the show, it finally finished rendering. So, but I didn't want to not send notifications out for the live stream because I uploaded a video, because sometimes it does that. You can only do one notification per 12 hours on YouTube. Even my second show is probably not going to get a notification, but is what it is. Maybe I'll just go, I need to make like a waiting page. Like,
Big Spoon, you keep holding out that John's going to be here soon, but he's going to disappoint you every single time.
He is.
That time of aspect.
And remember, Big Spoon, Hops is on a beer diet right now.
Yeah, he's not gonna come back with some low calorie, low ABV type stuff. And so far
he's bringing Corona Seltzer tonight.
He's he hasn't found anything that he actually even likes that much so far.
I know. He was trying to make this whole video series, and he has 3 videos in 3 weeks.
Well, I don't think it was a bad idea. I was
No.
kind of interested too. I'm like, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
But so far, just talking to him, the results aren't that great. Finding a good tasting.
Who would have thought drinking light beer for a month was a bad idea?
Right? Yeah. That's light beer that's not like your Coors Light or Bud Light or anything like that.
Yep. Okay.
What's the drunk technical things from The Simpsons with the Jeff stuff?
Oh, where's that drunk technical difficulties?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Experiencing technical difficulties.
Yes,
the crusty.
Yeah, the crusty one.
Let's see.
We need that. Yes, they made the seltzer out of the virus.
Yeah.
Everything's turning into seltzer nowadays.
That's right. Oh, yeah, it's the camera guy. There we go.
Please stand by.
There it is.
Now you can flash it up on the screen.
Yep.
That's a better version right there.
Yeah. That's the one I'm going to download. There we go.
There we go, I got it.
Someone made a 3D render of it.
Oh, they did? Really? Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. I like that one actually.
I'm gonna steal
But
that
there's no it needs to have the words on it.
Yeah. Oh, and I can add the words to it.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I'll steal that one for later though. Let's see.
Cuphead music intermission.
Yeah, Cuphead intermission. Yeah, totally.
Actually, I've not played Cuphead. That's one that...
Any new video series in the works? Something like custom projects for your patrons are working on, or weird abstract hardware that has no point? Oh, you mean like the Opteron that I just did? I do have a little bit more off the wall build coming up. Not really off the wall, but something people will probably be interested in. I don't know that I want to say what it is. It is a Raspberry Pi project.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And it is a father-daughter project.
Well, even better.
So you're going to see Miss on the show again.
Good.
So yeah, that'll be happening. Hopefully the parts that I ordered aren't delayed. Because I know Amazon's been weird lately.
Yes.
All of a sudden Prime is 5 or 6 or 7 day delivery. I ordered something yesterday and it's not going to be delivered till next Tuesday.
Seltzer cooling system.
Yeah.
That's too much sugar in those things.
Yeah. Bourbon County or different stout for the B-side show with Hops and Brews. I'm probably going to open a Bourbon County stout.
No. He's had Bourbon County stouts before.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You need something that he's never
That
had
he's
before.
not had.
That's super tempting.
You know what? Go choose my next beers. You can just call them out.
Okay, let's see here.
The bottom shelf is where the good
Bottom shelf
stuff's
is the
at.
rare? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Abyss, I know he's had that.
I've got a couple wax seals down there.
Dark Muse.
Yeah.
That's worthy. He's probably had that.
Yeah.
Dark Star, I know he's had.
I've got the Deschutes Ex Novo down there.
That might be a good one.
Yeah, the 2019 Ex Novo.
Oh, Fatality. I know he actually did a review on
Yeah.
that. So this... Oh, this one looks... Oh, no, that's a jalapeno cream. He's not going to like that one either. I might go like the quad. I know he's probably had the Big Bad Batista, but I know that one's...
Yeah, no, I know he's had that one.
The Dark Muse is the only one I think he might not have had.
Okay, I can crack that one.
That one might be good.
I can crack that one.
But now you're going to make me want to hang around.
Yeah. I'm going to let you have some of that later.
Oh, yes. Even better.
All of a sudden Steve goes, I'm done!
Let's go!
Exactly. How's the booze coming along? Fine. Didn't you see, I panned the camera over there earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The bar is looking wonderful.
Yes. Yeah, I've even got my beer sign hung up.
That was one of the things that we did when we're like, okay, we're going to be home for a while.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the liquor store.
I'm going to get stocked up.
A big thing of gin, big thing of vodka.
Well, you haven't opened my bottom cabinet yet.
Oh, no, I have not.
Yeah.
Look in there.
Yeah. That's where I keep all the gallons.
Big gallons, yes.
He will break his diet on the show.
Well, let's hope so. That's the goal.
Yep. I want to break him.
I will break you.
I will break you. Exactly. But no, this is really good.
This was really good.
It's evolving really well.
No, I think it's an excellent light beer.
Yeah.
Better than any light beer. I mean, light not in terms of calories, because I have no idea what the calorie count is.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like a low ABV, sessionable.
It's a session. It's not going to be that
very, very crushable,
Yeah.
very easy drinking.
Yeah.
Every time I take a sniff, or take a drink, I inhale. It smells wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Jeff, have you ever made a video and not posted it? Yes. At least 3 times. Couple of them just got left on the cutting room floor. I filmed it and went, it's just not, it's not the tone I wanted. It's not this, it's not that. And there was a project that just never saw the light of day. That was even worse than the Opteron project. It's like, I can't even make an interesting video out of this. I'm just going to abandon it. I did make one, and I think I've talked about this once before, very early on. I tried to do a camera video once where I talked about my camera evolution, and it was only going up to like the A6000 Sony that I have. But I just came across sounding just like a pompous dick.
Yeah.
and I hated that video. It made it sound less like my channel is evolving, and thank you guys for the support and believing in me, and thanks for watching my videos, and I'm glad you enjoy the content that I'm putting out. And it sounded more like, thanks for buying me all this cool shit.
Yeah.
That's all it sounded like. And I'm watching the A-roll back, and I had fully edited this video, and I'm watching it back, and I'm just like, I can't.
You can't
This is a bad video.
Yeah.
It's a bad video. It's a bad look. It's not the message I intended to deliver once I had finished editing it, and so it just got left.
Yeah. Unposted videos on Patreon exclusives? No, but you should do a blooper reel as for Patreon exclusives.
That'd be funny.
That would be kind of funny.
It's a lot of me like getting halfway through a sentence and going, fuck.
Oh yeah, no. When we were doing all the CES coverage and I was behind the camera, I don't know how many times I was like, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
So I gotta do that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rocky 4 is on my always watch list. If it's on, I'll watch it. I know that the very first Rocky was an Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
But Rocky 4, in my opinion, is the best Rocky movie.
It's hard to argue.
It's
hard to argue.
It's not high art.
Yeah.
But it is the best Rocky.
Yes. I could agree with that. Hey, actually, my Amazon order just shipped. Maybe I will get it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Do people think that the new consoles will change the PC gaming scene? I don't think so, because it's never, ever changed the PC gaming scene.
Jeff, never ever have I shot a video only in boxers. You can't see under the desk. There's a reason this desk is here. I've had a couple from like here up. You don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Boxers are just short.
I'm wearing a cutoff.
Boxers are just shorts for brave people.
Right.
Yeah.
What's really funny is because I drink a beer in every video, or almost every video that I've ever done, I've had a beer on. And there were a couple times I got up early on a Sunday morning and shot a 7 a.m. video. And one of them, I think, was like a 9% double IPA. My wife loved me the rest of the day because I was cheerful as crap when the family woke up.
Well, was it because it was a big beer, so it's
big
probably
beer.
a stout.
Yeah. No, it was a double IPA.
Oh, it was a double IPA.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a 9% double IPA.
I was gonna say, like, if it was like a coffee stout or something in the morning that early, it would kind of be. Like,
no, I made it through the video, and I wasn't like inebriated, but she woke up, and I'm going, "Good morning, baby." Yeah, that one was very early on too. The only thing that can change PC gaming is more PC gaming.
Yes, more, because console gaming is always behind in tech, and they have to keep the price cost down.
It's to keep the cost down, number one. It's also to keep... There's a year's worth of development that goes into what hardware is going to go in this and what is the most ubiquitous, the most stable, what frequencies do we run it out, what hardware do we actually use.
A lot of tweaking going on.
And then once it's standardized, that is written in stone, and that's what you get.
There was only one time in history where they were slightly ahead of the PC curve, and that was during the PS3 and Xbox
360. Yeah.
But they were only ahead of the game for like a month before new cards got released.
Kind of, and it was also because they were selling those
They're
out
selling
of
at a
loss.
loss. Yes,
Right.
And it took them years to recover.
To make up
And
that
I
shortfall.
don't think they're going to be doing that again. They've probably learned their lesson. Because
I would agree. When I hear the Xbox is coming out with the first number I heard was 12 teraflops, and everyone's going, "Oh my God, is that a lot?"
That's
right?
a big number. That's
Right.
a bigger number than the last number.
And then the more recent one I've heard is, well, it does ray tracing twice as good as a 2080. Right, because the 2080 really couldn't do ray tracing. So if they have dedicated hardware to do ray tracing in the new one, you know it's going to be better.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Right.
I'm not saying that it's going to be bad. I'm sure it's going to be great. And for the people who love
But
consoles, and like
the new
convenience-
5 gigabyte per second NVMe drive. Yeah, I'm shocked that they used a PCIe 4.0 NVMe drive on an AMD based chipset. You realize that does nothing to performance, right?
Yeah.
The games themselves are 20 gigs, 30 gigs, 40 gigs for max texture packs on a console. And you realize that's all textured data or movie information or anything else. Right. It affects your loading speed. It doesn't affect how quickly it renders.
No, just loading speed. So, you know, if you're running things
2080
at 4K,
Ti performance from consoles. Bull.
No, it ain't gonna happen.
Bull. Bull.
There's always like before,
Bull.
like even with the Xbox One X before it came out, there was all these people. It's gonna do this. It's gonna do X. It's gonna be great.
If AMD had a 2080 Ti competitor that was going to be priced at $499, which is what the consoles are priced at, with an SSD and with a processor and with a board and with a power supply and with everything else, if they had a 2080 Ti competitor that they could sell you for $350, you don't think it would be on every flippin' store shelf right now?
Yeah.
if they had the hardware and the technology to do so. You don't think they'd be competing with AMD or with Nvidia right now?
Yeah.
Nvidia is the one that they're chasing right now. They already screwed Intel.
Yeah.
They're chasing Nvidia right now to get a hold of the graphics market.
And they're not quite there.
If they had the tech, it would be out. If Intel had a response to AMD, it would be out.
Yeah.
I've been making that argument for years. These companies don't sit on their laurels for 6 years going, well, we have something that's coming. We have this thing in the lab that's just going to crush AMD. No, it would be freaking out on store shelves. That's how the economy works. That's how competition
to be fair,
works.
Intel might have been doing that because they were ahead of the game for so long.
Right.
And they might have had like new technologies like, we'll just bleed them dry.
Right.
Maybe. But that's different. If AMD came up with all of a sudden like, oh, look at what we got.
But it's coming fourth quarter. That's the kicker. No, it's not. It's not.
In fact, that's a detriment because like there's already been rumors of the next gen Nvidia card coming out this year. Possibly, I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I don't.
And Big Navi's coming by October.
Yeah.
Which is newer generation tech than what the Xbox and PS4 are going to get.
Yeah.
So trust me, Navi 10 does not scale to 2080 Ti performance levels, and definitely doesn't do it for $499.
Yeah. No, not at all.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that counts as a rant counter.
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah,
I think that's a rant counter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give myself a check mark there.
Not that bad, but it's true. I'm not saying that consoles are bad. You can have a console and enjoy them. They're fun. They're great machines. People who want a little plug and play, set it and forget it type of thing, that's great.
Sorry, I disagree. AMD waited for the perfect timing as Intel was already on the floor and gave them the final kick.
Oh no, in that case, I agree.
AMD only did that with the 3950X. AMD had no reason in the world to release a 16-core consumer chip. They had no reason, no point to do it. Not only that, that's what the 64-core 3990X is. That is Intel's already on the ground with a shiv in their side, and AMD came and kicked them in the nose. Yeah. That's what the 3990X is.
I'm not talking about the recent developments between AMD and Intel. When I was referencing that, I was referencing years and years ago when Intel was king and it looked like they couldn't be taken down.
Can we rewind back to 2017 and when AMD came out with Ryzen and went, wow, that's a lot of cores, and wow, it actually kind of scales well. If they can boost this performance up like 15%, Intel's in trouble.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they're cheaper. They're a good option. They're a great content creator option because you get all these cores and you can render things really quickly and whatnot. But gaming, they're way behind the curve. Here we are in late 2019 going, AMD literally rules the roost top to bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
If Intel was sitting on something, they would have played it. They would have played it. They don't have anything.
I don't have a console, but get me into a console that have to come into the table with something really good. And I think that's the reason why Nintendo is so popular.
Yeah. I have a Switch.
Because their hardware is not powerful, but they have innovative tech. Yeah. They have stuff that's fun. Yep. You have a good portable thing, nice big screen, play on your toilet. All these different, they got some good solutions there. And I think honestly that's why Nintendo is kind of more of the PC players, PC gamers will have their PC, but they'll also have a Nintendo.
Totally.
Because of that.
I have a PC, and I have a Nintendo Switch. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Should I?
Oh, what are we going to do?
Should I?
You going to break that up now?
I'll do it now so you can experience this one on camera. I got drinking on camera alone last week.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
You broke that out after your...
I'll let you hold the box. So, unfortunately, all my snifters are upstairs.
You know what you need on this box?
Uh-huh.
You know that scene in Pulp Fiction?
Oh, the light.
When they opened it up and the light shone?
Hey, Steve, we good?
Yeah, we got to put a light in this box. So
we good.
Oh, yeah, we good.
It was just a yellow light bulb, right?
Oh, I know it was. So it would be simple to do in a box like this, but it'd be kind of funny.
Yep. Skull says, if craft computing won't, then I will for Hops and Brews. It's opening a 2019 blue label.
Okay.
Bourbon County Stout. So this is the Jameson 18-year Irish whiskey.
I am super, super excited to try.
One finger.
Just one finger?
One finger.
All right, that's fair.
Okay. That was $140 a bottle.
There we go. That's probably less than a finger, actually.
Yeah. So we will finish this edition of Talking Heads Site A. And I'm not going to have very much because I got a whole nother 2 hours to go.
Yes, you do.
When we're done with this.
I'll put that on display.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh my god, it smells so good.
Right?
You know what this smells like?
Hmm.
The best, maltiest gasoline.
You're really not wrong.
Because some people like the smell of gasoline. I actually kind of like the smell.
I do.
It
For,
smells so
for
good.
an Irish,
Yeah.
it's a little bit rye-y. It's got a little bit of pepper to it.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's very good, though.
It's not quite as smooth as like a Jameson Black Barrel or something like that.
No, but it is.
But
It
it
does
is
have a different.
But it
do
is
they
so
use-
rich.
Do they use a different grain bill?
I don't know.
It's got that. It's got. Let me see this. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
That's got that sweet caramely almost. Yeah, that was good.
Toasted almond kind of thing. Yeah.
Very, very delicious.
That's what I get at. Like butterscotch toasted almond kind of
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Butterscotch.
Yeah.
Caramely butterscotch.
And a little bit of peppercorn right on top. Which reminds me of rye.
I don't know if I'm getting. I don't know if I'm getting. Okay, it was a sneeze and not
That was a
cough.
sneeze.
That was a sneeze and not a cough.
Sneeze.
Sneeze, not a cough.
Sneeze.
Not a
Sneeze.
cough.
Sneeze. And I did it down and away. Hops and Bruce was off with his hiccups prediction. As were you, Scott.
Oh, you thought about going to get hiccups?
No, Hops and Bruce said, I bet Jeff gets hiccups within the first 10 minutes of the second show. And Scott said, I bet it's an hour into the first show.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. But then here's the thing. We're going to stop the show like at 7.
7 o'clock. Yep.
So we have an hour break.
Yep.
So you have an hour to...
I got an hour to sober up and go get something to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So then, yeah, it's not going to be like 10 minutes to the next one. It's not like you're going to stop and then start drinking more whiskey and then coming back. You're going to get like...
Well, I don't know. How long is this going to be open for?
That's up to you. This is your bottle, man.
It's true. Oh, so good. So good.
That is very good. That's probably one of the best whiskeys I've ever had.
Butter rum. Smell it again. Smell it up high, though.
Yeah.
Put your nose up high on the glass. Buttered rum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do get that. I love that buttered rum smell, too. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, my wife's brother got this for me for my birthday this month.
Oh, wait, so you didn't pay for it?
I didn't pay for it.
Well, let's go.
Most of that was gone on my birthday night.
Oh, yeah,
So,
I bet.
Yeah, we had some friends stay over and we went 5 fingers deep into it.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was going to go to that, but my kid was sick.
Yep.
He's still kind of sick. Actually, he was sick. And then it was an ear infection.
Yeah.
And then he got antibiotics, and it turns out he was allergic to the antibiotics. So now he's like, dealing
7
with
o'clock. It's 3:48 a.m.
allergies. Wait, is he in Germany?
Gosh, where would that be? Dunkel? Yeah, you were in Germany, right? World is round.
It is.
Yeah, but it's a flat round, right? It's like a pie.
It's a disc.
Yeah,
like
it's a disc.
frisbee.
Yeah.
Because
But the moon is round because we've observed it to be round. We haven't observed the Earth to be round.
no, we haven't. See, that's what happens when the asteroid hit the Earth.
Yeah.
It's a disc, so it hit the side and it flipped up. And
Okay.
all the dinosaurs went tumbling out into space.
Oh, they all fell off the edge.
Yeah, it's just,
And then
it's like,
and then eventually we flipped over to the back end,
Yeah.
and then the trees started growing back up the other
yeah.
way. Okay.
That's what happened.
Makes total sense.
Complete sense.
Complete
Yeah,
sense.
Complete sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now I have to buy this whiskey, and I'm in Ireland. Well, you better go to the distiller and get this one.
Yeah, this because it's Jameson, so it's
Oh my
Irish
God,
whiskey.
that's good.
It is very good. I mean, I guess maybe our equivalent here would be like Pappy Van Winkle or something like that.
Yeah.
I think this is better than that because I've had Pappy Van Winkle.
Yeah.
I think this is better. To be fair.
It's hard to, everyone wants to categorize whiskey as just whiskey. Whiskey has so many branches.
It does.
Off of it, and
got
trying
your
to
rye,
trying to
your bourbon,
compare
and stuff
an
like
American to a bourbon to a rye to an Irish to a Scotch to an Islay Scotch, you know, it gets so difficult so quickly because they're all whiskeys. I mean, they're all just grain bills, but they're so radically different from one another, and that's kind of why I enjoy them. I have 14 bottles of whiskey on my shelf.
Yes, I know, and I think I've tried just about all of them.
Yeah, you haven't tried at least 2 or 3 of them still.
Well, the stream's gonna end pretty soon. So.
Yeah. This and many other conspiracies brought to you by Craft Computing.
Oh yeah.
Brought to you by Craft Computing and the Flat Earth Society. You've been warned.
Yes. Well, I mean, I read it on the internet, so it must be true, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nothing to give you flu-like symptoms. Yes. Well, that's the thing. I plan on keeping on drinking because then I can always live in denial. It's just like, I feel bad because of a hangover. It's not. I don't got anything. It's just a hangover.
Right. Well, I do have a couch in here. You're more than welcome to just sit on the couch.
Yeah. Well.
Lonerism's been drinking a little bit of Monkey Shoulder.
Monkey Shoulder's a great whiskey.
Over on the Discord.
I do like that one.
I also don't understand a lot of the elitism that's around whiskeys.
It
frustrates the living crap out of me.
Yes, okay, because like you were saying before, and I didn't even realize it, because my go-to whiskey always was Buffalo Trace, and I still like Buffalo Trace.
Right.
And
It's a good solid bourbon.
It is a great solid bourbon. Very versatile. It's great for drinking straight. Great for mixing. Little on the expensive side though. When we were talking about that, you said Seagram 7. And you're like, I always kind of poo-pooed Seagram 7. Maybe I should give it a second try. I did. I went back and bought Seagram 7, and I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Right.
It's not a bad whiskey. It's a good mixing whiskey. It's a good. You can sip it. Yeah. Not as smooth as I would say like Buffalo Trace or anything, but I think it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I have a whole collection of house liquors that I've done exhaustive research on to find what is the best all-around liquor to have around my house. Yeah. So what is the standard whiskey? So you go to a bar and you go, what's your house gin? Yeah. What's your house whiskey? What's your house this?
Yes.
Here's my house liquors. If you want like a quick rundown of what I drink. My whiskey is Seagram 7 because it's a great mixer. Yeah. It's not the best old-fashioned whiskey, but for just about every other whiskey cocktail, it gets the job done. And for $18, you can get a 1.75 of it. And so that's what I keep around. I actually have 2 unopened gallons
just in case.
Down there.
Just in case.
Just in case, Armageddon, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gin, Gordon's London.
I like New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam's good. New Amsterdam's also very good. I've used
cheap,
that one before.
It's tasty. I find I really like the flavor. I can even drink that thing straight, and I still taste the botanicals, and I enjoy them. Good juniper flavor to it, so I like New Amsterdam.
Yep, New Amsterdam's good, and that's probably my number 2. As far as like a house whiskey, as far as like I'm gonna stock up and buy a gallon of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gordon's London Dry, the yellow label, that's what I go for. It's again about $20 for a gallon of it.
Now vodka, you can go as cheap as you want, I think.
Yes. My vodka, if you want to get into vodka, Oregon Springs.
That's probably fine. I think my wife just buys the Burdett's.
Oddly enough, bottled in San Jose.
Is it really?
Distilled and bottled in San Jose, California.
I thought it was actually distilled here.
Nope, it's not. Okay. It's not an Oregon vodka.
Okay.
But it's called Oregon Springs. It's about $12 a gallon.
Yeah, it is cheap. I've seen it before.
Yep. Rum.
Okay, I have 2 things for rum.
Okay, let's go white rum. Just your standard white rum.
When I do white rum, let's see, 'cause I don't do it that often. I only do that when I make mojitos, and that's usually in the summertime.
Right.
So when I do get that, what brand is that? It is fairly inexpensive. It's not Captain's. I can't remember the brand name. No. Is it? Which one's yours?
Hold on. Okay.
Because I don't buy it that often.
Mine's Bacardi White.
Oh, the Bacardi White.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
that's my standard white rum.
It's not Bacardi.
Yep.
It's even below that.
Admiral Nelson?
No, that one's garbage. That one's horrible.
I was gonna be worried.
Like I said, I don't really buy white rum. It's usually a dark rum, like a black strap or a spiced rum.
Okay.
I typically.
Okay. Let's go spiced rum.
Spiced rum. I will get the Sailor Jerry's.
Sailor Jerry.
Or
Sailor Jerry 94.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or if I'm like feeling cheap, but I still like the closest to Sailor Jerry's is Blackheart,
Yes.
which is a higher proof.
Yes.
Not as good tasting as Sailor Jerry's, but pretty close.
Yeah.
And a little bit goes a long way, so
Yep.
it lasts me a little bit longer. So, but when I go Blackstrap, I always go Myers.
Yeah.
And that's one of my. And I
You warmed me up to Myers.
Yes.
You really did. Yeah. I've always been a Kraken, or I don't like Captain Morgan because they seem to be way too sugary and
Yes.
artificial tasting.
Yes, they are.
But the Captain Morgan Black, not the Canon and not the Special Reserve, but the Captain Morgan Black is solid. It's really a solid black strap rum. But yeah, Bacardi White, and but I talked to you about my under cabinet here.
Yes.
Sailor Jerry.
Sailor Jerry's.
There's my Gordons.
Yep.
There's my Bullet Rye.
Yep. Looks good.
I've got my 2 bottles of Seagram. There's my Kraken. There's my Bacardi.
No tequila though.
No tequila.
No tequila.
I don't stock tequila. I have a bottle of Jose Silver.
I don't stock tequila that much either.
Yeah, I stock 1 bottle of it in case someone goes, "Hey, can you make me a tequila drink? Can you make me a margarita?" Yeah, I've got some. I've got some Jose Silver.
It's kind of ironic. I don't stock tequila, but I have a margarita machine.
There you go.
But I can use that for making other blended
Right,
drinks, too.
for slushies and
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, drinking Coors. Actually, I think it is Coors when I go get the white rum because it's cheap and it's not horrible.
Yeah.
But it's a white rum I use to make mojitos out of.
Right.
And that's pretty good. Yeah.
I usually go Bacardi White because for a rum, it's pretty neutral with just enough of a sweet taste to make it be a rum.
I don't hate Bacardi. I think
Right.
they're fine.
Yeah.
I actually went to the Bacardi distilling plant in Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a bottle of Captain Morgan White up there. I think I've had that bottle for like 8 or 9 years because I
Yeah.
bought it once and I haven't finished it.
Yeah, it's just not appealing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
It tastes like Splenda to me.
Yeah.
It really does.
Okay,
It really does.
I can see why that would be offensive then.
Yeah.
All right, you got an actual tech build question here.
Oh yeah. Which GPU would I recommend for this build? i7-9700K, Noctua NHD15, Maximus Hero 11 board, Cooler Master HP 500 white mesh, EVGA 750 80 plus gold, Trident 32 gigs of 3600 megahertz memory, 1 terabyte Samsung Evo 60, and an LG 4K 60 hertz. If you're at the LG 40 or the LG 4K monitor, I would probably go with a 2070 Super.
There you go. Yep.
Hey, Skull.
Yep.
Nailed it.
I would say the same thing too.
2070 Super.
Best bang for your buck right now.
It really is. At $500, you can get that card for $500. It's probably within your buying range. I like the 5700 XT as well, but not quite as much as I do the Super. The numbers might say otherwise, but it's one of those things. Like I kind of lean towards the 2070 Super, and I'm not sure why, because the numbers say, oh well, on average the 5700 XT is better. For me, I like the 5700 XT, but it's a half step below or a tenth of a step below the 2070. Even though the averages on the 2070 might be slightly lower, I think it's a more consistent experience. And especially at 4K when you're only going for 60, consistency is king.
Yes.
If you're on a 240 hertz monitor and occasionally it drops to 180, oh no!
Oh no! Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're going, I need 60 at 4K at max
Right.
resolution, or at ultra settings, I'd go 2070 Super.
Yeah. Oh, there is a Pappy Van Winkle.
Skull's got a bottle.
Oh man! All right. So I'm not saying that I didn't like Pappy Van Winkle, but you haven't had this, I don't think.
Yeah.
So
Right.
and until I had this, Pappy Van Winkle was probably the best whiskey I've ever had. I already finished mine. It was too good for me not to. Oh.
And I had even less than you did. I poured about a half finger.
That was so good. Like a starving child at the bottom of this glass. There we go.
Just won a 2070 Super in a charity raffle. That's freaking
Oh, hey,
awesome.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
You must be stoked about that.
Has AMD GPUs still have driver issues? Yeah, yes and no. The driver issues kind of come and go.
When
I
have
wish
they not had driver issues?
right. I wish they were a little bit more consistent. There will be one driver that's like, yeah, don't upgrade to that one, and the next one it's like, yeah, it fixes everything. So I haven't seen it quite as much. I have seen things like with like the pink screen when you reinstall the driver or upgrade it and whatnot. You just reboot it and it's done.
Yeah.
There's been a couple things like that, but I don't think it's like this drastically like, oh my god, AMD sucks at doing this. They're fine. I don't hold AMD to any higher driver standard than I do NVIDIA, and NVIDIA does fine too. NVIDIA releases buggy drivers
release
occasionally
buggy drivers,
too. Like,
yeah. Well, they always, when a big release comes out, they always put out
yeah.
reference drivers and stuff like that to fix things. So.
Ooh, someone who's a fan of the show. I'm late to the stream. The Jameson is out. Did something bad happen?
No, it was good. It was good.
No, I'm just giving Steve a little taste.
Yes, it's very delicious.
That's funny. Yeah, be a good host and pour him another step one.
Regular Jack. I mean, I guess a good Jack and Coke is okay, but I can't drink Jack straight up.
Gentleman Jack.
Gentleman Jack is okay.
Gentleman Jack
is good.
Yeah.
Normal Jack straight up is, I can't take that.
Yeah, it's a little bit too.
Yeah.
There's a reason they call it the Jack Shake when you take a shot.
Yeah.
Is because you go.
I know.
That's a sign of a bad shot.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Ben says, oh god, wow, you guys are early tonight. Well, stay tuned. We're actually going to be streaming again in another hour.
We're doing a 2 for today.
2 for today.
Back.
Yeah.
The to be continued.
And actually, it's 7 o'clock right now.
That's
I'm
right.
feeling pretty good.
Yeah, me too.
I was a little tired coming into this, but no, I'm actually feeling pretty good. So,
the whiskey helped.
Yes.
It gives you energy.
Yes, it did.
I mean, they keep saying like you drink Rockstar to give you energy. I think you should just skip that and go whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you that power you need. It's been on my training table since I was a kid.
When I was training for the Olympics, I relied on little chocolate donuts. They gave me the extra start in the morning that I really needed to get.
That was one of the best things John Belushi
God bless you, John Belushi. Yep. Any parting thoughts?
No, I actually get to drive home in the daylight. Mm-hmm. We still have daylight here, so this was fun, and I get to come back next week if we're still around.
I don't know if I'm going to break this out again.
Okay, well, I'm glad I got to try it now. Oh, you got my hopes up.
No, I'm keeping it away from the light.
Oh, I see.
Steven.
I see.
Gosh.
But I am the light. I am the light in the way.
All right. Well, I think this is going to call it for side A of tonight's show.
Yep.
We're going to take an hour break. Steve's going to drive himself home.
Mm-hmm.
John is going to be on the show in 1 hour.
Cross your fingers.
Or about an hour and 3
Cross
minutes,
your fingers,
as it were. So thank you guys so much for watching this interesting episode of Talking Heads. 125, Side A. And as always, we will see you next week back at the regular time, 8 p.m. Pacific time. But stay tuned, 1 hour. We'll be right back on the air. So
see you guys.
See you guys shortly.